Oh, Katay, and welcome to the stream. You're just in time. I was about to do the YouTube intro. By which I mean now we're doing the YouTube intro. Ahoy, landlubbers. This me, your Captain Vasco speaking. And welcome to another Saturday. It is April the 23rd, 2022. Feels weird to say that still, man. What a weird time it's been for all of us. What's the spelling for Donut Cat? Kittiroll. And again, I'm not sure if that's the name for this specific one or if that's the brand, but that should be enough to get you where you're going. Tonight we're gonna play some Murder by Numbers. And hopefully it just works correctly, because here's the thing. Unlike so many other video games, when you boot up Murder by Numbers, it doesn't go straight to the main menu. What it instead does is it plays a cheerful little music video that seems to introduce you to a bunch of the characters, some literally by name, and I guess just tries to sort of introduce you to the world with a really cheerful little tune. So I wanted to try and preserve that, since as far as I know, I can't trigger it without opening the game. However, anytime you open the game, it does it. And I've tested it, so it seems like I'll just be able to start up the game and it'll do it normally. There might be a little lag in OBS capturing the window, so you might miss a couple seconds of the video. But I think it'll work, and then the game will run. I'll probably have to turn the music volume down, because the music for the intro cutscene seems very, very, very low. And then the music in the menu seems a lot louder than that. So we're gonna try and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try and load up the game, and then we'll get the music video, and then I'll adjust that, and then we'll play the game. That's what I think will happen. I don't know. But just real quick, what is Murder by Numbers? It's something that I found on Steam a while back. That looks, and by all accounts I've heard so far, seems to be quite similar in tone, and maybe even the nebulous game feel, to Phoenix Wright. However, instead of it being sort of an adventure game style legal drama, instead it is a nonogram based detective thriller story. Thriller probably used loosely because it's very colorful and seems cartoony, but murder's in the title, so I presume people die, so it'll probably have that sort of Phoenix Wright overlap. I don't know a ton about the game other than that. Mr. Generic Name, who's played some of the game before, informs me that Scout is best boy. Scout seems to be your hovering computer sidekick partner, so that seems like that tracks. I assume that Scout somehow uses plot contrivance to turn nonograms into clues, is my working understanding based on almost no working knowledge of the game. So I think that's about as much preface as I can give. I'm gonna click start and we'll see what happens. So here's the window I've set up for this, and it's loading now. If I click this, there it is. Well, someone was really excited about that intro screen. Let me, feeling I'm gonna have to mess with the music volume. It feels like it's inconsistent between the few things I've interacted with so far. Does this sound okay for now? That was delightful, right? I really wanted to capture that, because that was a lot of fun, and even though it doesn't necessarily give you a lot of information, it's a good, introduction to the game, I think. I mean, it's a good introduction in the sense that I watched that and I'm like, yeah, Murder by Numbers! It's cool. But thank you to both Katane and Demolition for both gifting 5, if I interpreted that correctly. That's a whole lot of subs in a really short amount of time. Thank you very much for the generosity. Enjoy this jury-rigged button set for confetti cannons. And we'll keep messing with the settings if we have to. I think I got the sound effects to like a good setting. There's no like dialogue setting, so I presume it's like Phoenix Wright in that it is not voiced and maybe has sound effects as replacement for character dialogue, and we'll see where my brain goes for doing voiceover stuff. Okay, let's save this. But yeah, I mean, look at little Scout. I know I'm probably covering a little bit of him, but look at his little face. So good. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're just gonna play the game, right? Case select. Okay. So I guess there's 4 cases. I mean, I think this is like a pretty small indie project, this game. I haven't actually looked up anything about the developer, to be honest. But this might be there. Yeah, right? Press F to pay respects for the first case. I don't know why it's F. Maybe the first case is just like super bad and they want you to know ahead of time, like F grade. What I actually think is more likely is that there's probably a letter associated with each one of the cases and it spells out something. Like fact. Or maybe there's secretly a 5th case and it spells out final. Like the Ouija board cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you spell those out, you win the game. So overwrite your autosave. How do I even have an autosave? I installed this game and have been in a cycle of constantly opening it and closing it to make sure it would work with OBS. That's all I've done. Oh my god, it's like literally the Phoenix Wright noise. It's very good. Coming hardware capabilities. Propulsion, imaging, network, microphone, speech synthesis, visual ontology error, knowledge database, online, server failure. I didn't catch the last part. I am Scout. I am... I can't see anything. I know, I'll run the visual recalibration routines. Initiating test sequence, data damaged. This is good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that, like, most of you all don't know what a nonogram is, because I don't think it's common knowledge. I happen to know, I haven't done very many of these, so I might be awful at them. I might just be terrible. But what a nonogram is it's displayed in front of us right now, essentially, is like, it's a grid, and it has, like, numbers along both sides, and those are supposed to be an indicator of, like, what you color in to create some sort of basic, almost pixel art kind of image. I think this was made kind of famous with the game, I think it's Picross or Picross? I think it's Picross, which was on the DS, I think, on the Nintendo DS. And I think that had some sort of, like, angular components. So, like, it wasn't just squares. I think the common nonogram is just squares and you build up an image that way. But I don't know if this game gets more advanced than that or does anything more complicated than that. And I'm sure the game will give a better explanation than what I just did. But, like, just so you know what we're talking about, like, this, I think, is one of the main mechanics of this game. Other than maybe actually figuring out who done it. Yeah, Ditto says, familiar with the concept, but never knew the word for it. That makes sense. Again, like, it's a thing that exists, but, like, the main 2 places I know it from are from the existence of Picross, which was, like, a kind of well-known game, and from, like, the Nancy Drew adventure games that exist, that they're still making to this day, I think. One that I've seen, like, multiple people play is, like, Shadow at the Water's Edge or something, which, like, takes place in Japan and, like, has some nonogram puzzles in it, and they make a big deal about explaining it in that game. So, are the numbers how many cells in that row or column are filled in? Yes! And in that sense, it's, like, a little like trying to solve a Minesweeper, except that I can't understand Minesweeper, and this kind of makes sense to me. But here we go. I'll read the game's explanation. The basics of image reconstruction are simple. See that grid? By filling in certain squares, a picture will appear. The clues on the side of the grid tell you which squares to fill in. Once you've filled in the right squares, you'll complete the image. See how this row has 5 written here? That means that 5 connected squares in this row should be filled in. Right, sometimes you'll see like 1, 3. I guess in this case it'd be like 1, 3, and so you would know that there would be like 1 space by itself and then 3 together. That's something I've seen before. That means all of them should be filled. Let's fill these in now. Yep, that's a good place to start, is the ones that are all filled in. Great, see how the clue went gray? That means you followed the clue properly. Now we're going to introduce other important part of the image reconstruction puzzles, marking squares that must be empty. Take a look at banner, Michael. The 1 clue means that only 1 square in this column should be filled in. Because 1 square is already filled in, that means none of the others can be. So we should mark these squares with a cross to remind us that they shouldn't be filled in. Mark these 4 squares with X's now. Okay. Intuitively, the other click puts the X. It doesn't actually say that, but like, you know. Yeah, I mean, like, Picross wasn't, like, super famous, but I think it was, like, a pretty well-known title on the Nintendo DS, just because, like, puzzle games were kind of big on the DS for some reason, just, like, as a category. And Picross was one that, like, I heard a decent amount about, but, like, I don't know a ton of people who have played it. I think my sister did. I don't think I actually played it at all myself. Picross has, like, 7 games on Switch. There you go, I didn't even know that, Mr. Generic Name. Now do the same for the second column. Sure. The last one also, yeah, and the 5th. Sure, click. Okay, we're nearly there. This row has a clue of 2, which means 2 connected squares must be filled in. Okay, we've ruled out everything else, so... Because we put the X's earlier, we know there's only 1 place they can go. Fill them in. Now do the same on this row. As you can see, marking squares with X's is really important. It makes reconstructing the image much easier. Image reconstruction can be boiled down to these 2 tasks, filling in squares that are correct and placing X's where they cannot be filled in. Now use the techniques you've learned to complete this puzzle. Well, I would have gone to this other row of 5, like, right away. And then this one says only 3 should be together, so we should be done. I made an arrow, I think. I think it's just the arrow pointing... Yeah, right arrow. Haha, I did it! I solved the puzzle. The tutorial puzzle that the game kind of requires me to fill in. Let me have this. It's been a rough month. Okay. Oh, it was an arrow pointing right. Okay, on to the next one. Error, 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 error. This isn't going well. Oh, Sarah, welcome to the stream. You just missed the tutorial, but I think you'll catch up because we're kind of still in the tutorial. I hope you're doing well. Also, as a note, we got, like, a lot of people showing up, which, by the way, thanks for coming out, everybody, and hanging out on a Saturday. I really appreciate it. But I added a couple new audio clips as options for channel redemptions based on last night's AI the Somnium Files stream, where, like, a lot of shenanigans happen. I do encourage you to check those out, whether on YouTube or live. I've been having a lot of fun with them, and we're gearing up for...
Gosh. Darn.
There you go, that's both of them. Good work, chat. I'm proud of you.
Giraffe.
But yeah, we're gearing up for the sequel to AI the Somnium Files, which is coming out in June. So if you feel like you don't want to watch AI again, but you do want to watch the new one, stay tuned for that, because I imagine they'll lead almost directly from one to the other. Alright, let's look at a really useful technique called overlapping. This row has a clue of 4. Remember, that means 4 connected squares should be filled in. Given there are 4 connected squares and only 5 possible spaces, that means there are only 2 possible places this could go.
Giraffe.
Look at the 3 squares in the middle of the row. Notice how no matter where we place the group, these squares are always filled. Hey, that's a good read. That's a good place to start this one. This is your new favorite set of sounds. I'm glad, Sarah. I'm pleased that people are excited about things I added. I'm also pleased that, thanks to some help from my mom, I managed a quick turnaround time on that, because she was helping me do some other stuff to prepare for the nonsense that will be Monday when the ceiling leak needs to be addressed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh! I don't know if I need to turn that one up a little bit. It's a little quieter than some. I don't know. I don't want them to be too loud because I don't want them to be annoying, but I want people to have fun with them, so you should be able to hear the sound effects. That means we can safely fill them in now. Yeah, let's do that. Good job. This is overlapping, working out which squares will always be filled in or always empty regardless of where the group goes. Let's try a few more examples. Take a look at this row. It has only 3 connected squares, which means there are 3 possible positions it could be in. Even in this situation, there's an overlapping square in the middle of the row, so let's fill it in now. Notice how this row has 2 number clues. This means that a row has 2 groups, one of 3 connected squares and one of just a single square. Groups must be separated by at least 1 blank space. So for example, in this instance, it must go 3 squares, at least 1 blank square, then 1 final square. Given that there are only 5 squares in the row, there's only one way to do it. So fill them in, please. I did. It's 3 and 1. Oh, it wants me to put the X in too. Best of luck with the roof. Thank you. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. I hope it's not a mess. There are 2 ways to do that. There's technically 2 ways to do that, but if I'm understanding correctly, Cotillion, I think you read them left to right so that, like, there's, like, a way to solve them. So when it says 3-1, the 3 has to be on the left if the 3 clue is also on the left. I think that's how it works. And the fact that it's saying there's only one way to do it sort of reinforces that. We can do some overlapping in this column. So it must be 3 down. Can we not solve it? No, I guess it could be the top. So either way, the middle one works, right? Given that we have one of the squares already filled in, there are now only 2 possible places this group could go, and overlapping 1 square. Fill that one in now. This is a pretty good tutorial for, like, nonograms seem like something that's, like, really abstract to learn, but, like, not inherently super complicated. Did you notice, in the previous case, the last square will never be filled in? Crossing out squares you know must be empty is as crucial as filling them in, so let's cross it out. On the subject of crossing things out, notice how the last column has been completed already by following other clues. Cross out all the other squares in the column. So there's only 1, and we filled in 1. Cool. By the way, if you like nonograms, or if you like Sudoku, they have kind of a similar logical approach of, like, using a process of elimination to, like, solve the grid. Yeah, this seems like a really solid tutorial for this. It's, like, a little heavy-handed, but I think that's good because, like, once you get that foundation, once you've, like, done it a little bit, it's, like, pretty straightforward, I think. So it says, one of my friends around here collected all the pictogram books and stuff. When did this game come out? I don't know. It's on Steam. I probably shouldn't look it up. It should be pretty easy to look it up. The game is called Murder by Numbers, just in case you're on something that doesn't display that easily as the stream category. Expecting O's to match the X's any minute now. Might happen. Really, 2020. Wow. So Demolition must have gifted it to me, like, right after it came out. How did I end up finding this? I was just, like, doing a search for stuff that looked similar to games I played, and this came up, and I was like, yeah, that's cute. It has, like, a little floating computer friend, and it's about nonograms. Seems like a lot of fun. Welcome to the stream, Cat. Hello. Approaching your first stat cap in Bravely Default 2. Well, that's exciting. And also, it has nothing to do with Bravely Default 1 for the most part, I learned yesterday. March 6, 2020. Okay. It's been out for, like, a little over 2 years. Necro's been browsing the site the Kitty Rolls comes from. They have a series of plushies that are designed so you can swap out the foods. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. If you just, like, collect them all, you can put all the animals in whatever food you want. Yeah, I feel like we might have awakened something in Neko, and I apologize if that is problematic, but I thought you'd really like it. Okay, the site is Annie Roll. Is this also listed on the tag? I guess it makes sense that Kitty Roll would be the cat inside of the donut. Incidentally, the grocery store just, like, had some sprinkled donuts as, like, a special thing today, and you know I bought them. You know it. You didn't even need me to finish that sentence. Alright, now I use all the techniques. Okay, so... this one down needs 3 in a row, and there's only one way to do that now that we've eliminated this tile. So let's plug those in, and then that means this last one can't have anything in it. This one needs 1, and then a different one, which means there needs to be a space between them, which means that that's the only way that can work. Show sprinkled donuts on the stream. I'll do it. I'll tell you what. Remind me to do it at the end of the stream. I'll do it then. Alright, and now that I know I had to plug this one in, now we have our 3 together, which means this one's blank. And the 3 have to go in a row here, which means that gets filled in. Oh, really? The kitty roll that my mom got me is a special one? That's even more exciting. Is it a cat? Is this actually a cat? This might be a cat. Because, like, this, and then blank, and then, like... it could be like, yeah, I think that's a cat. Dog, okay. Considering the low res, it could be either, at a glance. But apparently that one's a dog. Hey dog, how cute. Let's try the others. Error, 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 error. Is everyone enjoying that? Can't see any of what's happening. But then how would I show you the donuts anyway? It's a mistake. Oh, something happened. Oh, we're in a junkyard. Where am I? Accessing memory. I love that it's just, like, really shamelessly, it's just the Phoenix Wright sound effects. I think, from what I've gathered, Scout is, like, a super cool nonogram robot that for some reason, some dingus threw away. And so he's trying to reboot. But, like, he's been living in a junkyard. Sad face. 85% memory corruption. What happened? I should try and find a way out. Are you saying we should seek a way out? Which is a joke that no one here understands yet, but someday will be really funny to someone. Oh, it's a garbage bag. Wait, does that mean this is a garbage dump? Did someone throw me away? Difficulty select. Choose your level. Easy. Completed rows are automatically crossed out. Hints are on by default. I feel like I need that. Normal. No automatic completion of rows. Hints have to be toggled on. I think that's probably fine. I mean, like, I might regret this choice later. I think you can change it. It's a start on whatever difficulty. But, like, I honestly think, like, I should be able to handle normal. I mean, I imagine by the end of the game, some of them will be pretty difficult, but it's probably gonna, like, ramp up, right? I guess this next time I go out, I will seek a donut with pink icing and sprinkles. They had one of those at the store today, but I got all chocolate with sprinkles, because it was a smaller box, and I didn't want, like, a whole dozen of donuts. It was pretty indulgent to get, like, a half dozen of donuts I didn't need. But they didn't have one of the treats that I would normally buy anyway, and so I was like, well, I mean, if you're gonna have donuts and not have the other thing, I'm gonna buy a bunch of donuts. I don't make good decisions. He says clicking normal. Several hours later. Several hours later. It's a movie studio? It is, isn't it? It's like a fake detective thing. And that's how I discovered the missing murder weapon. It was inside the butler all along. Now, hang on. Hold on, though. Got a box of cannolis for New Capenna. Did you, like, bring them to the pre-release and share them, Sarah? Or did you just get them in celebration? My god, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Detective Oates, that's fun. I couldn't have done it without your help, Detective Oates. After all, someone had to distract the swarm of bees. Not the bees! You're right. We make a great team. It's just lucky we were in the neighborhood. They were mini and you ate them while you were there for breakfast and lunch. Pre-release is a good day to have, like, a slightly indulgent breakfast, I think. I've done that before. I've gotten, like... I don't remember which pre-release it was, but there was one time I was like, if I'm gonna be up this early, I'm gonna go to Carl's Jr. and get the breakfast burger, which is both great and terrible. Because it's like a literal burger that has, like a scrambled egg sort of omelet fold on it, and then it has, like, bacon and, like, some tater tots just on it. Is there something I'm forgetting? It's, like, basically, like, a whole bunch of breakfast food just sandwiched between two burger buns. And it's, like, a bajillion calories, but, like, every now and then, it's just the thing I want. They were made fresh in-store. Oh, yeah, the breakfast burger. Like, you cannot have the breakfast burger that often, but, like, you should have the breakfast burger every now and then. Speaking of which, I haven't had it in a while, because they stopped... They used to serve them all day for a while, and then, like, sometimes I would just, like, go and get it for dinner or something. But, like, now I think it's back to being breakfast only, which is a bummer, because, like, I don't usually want to get up that early for that. But, like, if I'm gonna go to a pre-release... We'll always be where we're needed, Oats, because wherever there's murder, there's Miss Terry. Clapboard snaps. Cut! Sarah says she got a really good Burger King burger that was a sunny side egg, maple bacon, crispy onions. I don't think I'm familiar with that. Was that a breakfast thing, I presume? Is that new? I really don't think I've seen or heard of that. I go to Burger King, like, probably too often. That's the last of the reshoots, everyone. Great work. Enjoy your summer break, okay? Thank God for that. I hate reshoots. I mean, if she's, like, straight up Valley Girl, like, maybe I'll just do that voice for both of them. I figured I would do Southern Woman accent, because that's a voice I can do without straining myself. And I don't care to speculate what that says about me as a person. It's just facts. 5-ish years ago. I don't recall it, but it sounds good. Like, I already nailed it the first time. It's not my fault I'm surrounded by a bunch of talentless idiots. Ugh. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry, Honor. You're not an idiot. Honor, can I see you in my office real quick? Sure, I'll be right there. Another meeting with the showrunner? I wish he paid that much attention to the real talent around here. Better run along now. Would you say that Becky has the good hair? Keep it together, Honor. 4 months until next season. 4 months before you have to talk to her again. Last night on stream we were talking a lot about workplace environments and how so many of them are frustrating. Here we go again. Thanks, Becky. Hope you have a great summer. Hope you have a great summer. Ugh, what a suck-up. Please, come in. How's it going? Your wife doing okay? My wife? Yeah, she's fine. I definitely didn't murder her. By the way, whatever's going on in the plot is all fine and cool, but whatever this is, like Anime Detective Girl, what's that show? Tell me the name of that show so I can watch it. Listen, this is hard. Did we get canceled? Stupid cancel culture. We didn't get canceled, did we? I thought the 5th season was already confirmed. The show's fine. The, numbers for last season were great, but, it's about your contract. My contract? I don't understand. I wish there was something I could do, but... Wait, are you Firing me? This isn't what I wanted. You're the showrunner, Blake. Don't act like you've got no choice. No warning, no negotiation. You're supposed to be my friend. Please, Honor. Try! I can't. What about the show? You can't just get rid of Detective Oates. The fans will go crazy. Dennis says the numbers were great, but they were the murder by. Yeah. I mean, cause of death numbers, right? Sometimes fellow streamer Letters J shows up and is in chat. A long time ago, she did a streamed playthrough of Let's Go. I think she did Let's Go Pikachu. I think she did Pikachu. And her screen name is Letters J, and she named her rival Numbers Boo. And for some reason, that's still like one of the funniest things to me to this day. It's just it's stupid, but it's stupid in like the endearing way, where it's just like sometimes if something's really funny, I'm just like, that's just really stupid. Like some of the funniest things are really stupid, but Numbers Boo is really stupid. You're telling me 3 weeks of hate mail just for changing the theme song? But sometimes things come up, unexpected things. I have to do whatever it takes. The network put forth the idea of a talking poodle a few months back. I might try it out. Animal companions are big right now, especially if you're a ranger, of course. Yeah, I'm kind of... There's some discussion of fancy burgers in chat. Sarah says she likes mushrooms in theory and mushroom broth soup, but sometimes mushrooms are too rubbery. I've had really inconsistent experiences with mushroom. I don't necessarily hate them, but I've definitely had like really good and really bad experiences. I once had like a really fancy like macaroni with like shiitake mushrooms in it, and I felt awful after eating that. Dennis says occasionally when I need to make a second account on a platform I use, the name is Eevee Evolve. Oh, that's very good, Ditto Transform. I like that a lot. I need a good backup. I have a couple of like things I have used for like alt accounts in the past, but I don't think I have like one consistent one I like. My sister sort of like quietly nudged me like, if you like card games, you could try the one that my video game company makes, and I'm like, I would, but they won't let me be Vasco, and I haven't figured out what to be instead of Vasco. Right, replaced by a dog. Man, I know someone who had that happen on their birthday once. It was a rough year for them. I know it's a bad time. Forget it, Blake. I don't need your sympathy. What I need is for you to have my back, like you always used to, but I guess that's not going to happen. Wow, it's like me talking to my boss at work. At this job and at the last job. This isn't what I wanted, Honor, I swear. Wish I could believe you. I can't believe this. 4 years of hard work and then I'm out, just like that. I like that the name of our, like, studio that we worked for is Gridmore, which feels like a reference to the fact that nanograms are done on grids. It may actually also, though, now that I'm thinking about it, it might be where, like, media students from Wintermore Academy, they graduate to Gridmore Studios. That might be a thing. Anyway, are sound effects good? I don't actually know how to access the menu right now, but, like, is that fine? Are we okay with that? What am I supposed to do now? Miss Mizrahi, good to see you! Say, you haven't seen any kids running around here, have you? Maybe with a talking dog? They've really been meddling in my affairs. Sorry, no. What do they look like? Did the Friday Fun Show audience escape again? Oh, I hate when the captive audience gets away. Dino immediately says, that guy's a serial killer. Oh, yeah, I guess welcome to the stream. Wow, I'm so excited to have so many people hanging out tonight. We got like fun friends to show off on the couch for anyone who sticks around for the whole stream and hasn't already sent. Like, I have a really fun thing to show you that I did not show off last night that I think you all will appreciate. It's good because Creatures in Catacombs is also on grids. That's true. I mean, yeah, I like this last one. Did the audience escape again? Not since they started strapping them into their seats. I really wish I was kidding. It's just, I got a report about kids spraying graffiti on the studio lot. The same thing happened last summer. I know what you did last summer, and I won't tell if you help me catch those meddling kids. Oh, look at me going on. You must have finished filming by now, right? Yeah, apparently indefinitely. Yeah, I'm finished. Like, not coming back finished. What? No way. Yeah, Blake isn't renewing my contract. You thought he said spraying giraffes on the studio? I mean, they're not mutually exclusive. The graffiti could be giraffes. Oh, geez, that's awful. I thought the two of you were friends. Same, buddy. Me too. And what
Giraffe.
about money? What with your husband
Giraffe.
being out of the picture? Wasn't this your only income? Dang, man, our husband died, and now we lost our acting job? Yeesh. It's the mint kitty roll? Wow. I don't know where my mom found that kitty, but that's even cooler than I thought it was. Demolition says, something tells me the plot might be a weak point in this game. Maybe. I mean, like, here's the thing. I haven't played the game. You're learning everything at the same time I am. I get the impression that, you know what? I kind of get the impression that maybe this game is on the level that I thought Wintermoor Tactics Club was gonna be, which is like, gameplay is like fun and serviceable, and like it's kind of just meant to be like a quick fun jaunt. And maybe that's not true, or maybe it is. I don't know. We'll find out. Thinking the 80s, 90s aesthetic? Yeah, right? Like, her shirt is basically like the intro to Saved by the Bell, and that's great. Ooh, you got another axolotl today, Sarah? You have to share a picture. You could do it on the Discord or whatever, but like, we gotta see that axolotl. I'm very invested in the growing aqua axolotl family. Gosh, I'd be terrified if it was me I'm getting a stomachache just thinking about it. I was trying not to think about it, Bill. Thanks. Oh, geez, I'm sorry. Me and my big mouth. But you'll be fine, Miss Rahi. I'm gonna not correctly pronounce that a bunch, probably. Well, I just know it. I'm sure you've got a plan. I'm not sure I've got a plan. So far, the plan is go home and find something strong to drink. You take care of yourself, okay? Plenty of people here will be sad to see you go, me included. Thanks, Bill. Hey, shouldn't you be looking for those kids? It's true. We have, like, it's a colorful game, but there is no guarantee, as Haggis points out, that this game doesn't get super dark. We don't know. Hey, what do axolotls eat? Neko says she thought Sarah was referring to a real axolotl. I mean, if this axolotl is similar to the ones I know Sarah to have, I imagine he's pretty great. If you're not familiar with Squishmallows, they're very good. I have a few now. Hang on, hold on. Just for demonstration purposes. I have original Carlos Crab, who is Clawsome, and also is a special edition plush toy. And I love him a lot, as we were discussing earlier. I think before I started recording. And then for Easter, I have two new ones, which are Naomi the Very Big Narwhal, and what I think is probably also like a limited edition Disney Eeyore Squishmallow. All super good. All super good. Alright. Hey, and it didn't go to black or anything. That's great. It says, although I've spent the last 2 days listening to the Alien RPG live streams. Ooh, that sounds fun. The only experience I have with the Alien-themed RPG is when the Glass Cannon podcast did it for their new game Who Dis series, which they tragically ended at the start of this year, or more specifically at the end of last year. axolotls mostly eat worms and shrimp. Wow. That's an interesting cross-section of things. Are axolotls fully aquatic, or are they kind of amphibious? I feel like I should know this, and I don't. But based on the fact that they eat shrimp, I guess worms are kind of land-based, right? Maybe they are amphibious. This is somewhat related. I just rewatched the last 5 minutes of the anime Happy Sugar Life. That show is not happy or sugar. Debatably minimal life. Good heads up. What is the name of the... I watched this magical girl anime last year that's, like, so dark! It's pretty good, but it's like, oh my god, it's so dark. It's called... I want to say it's called Magical Girl Madoka? Is that right? It's on Netflix. Or it was on Netflix. Who knows what Netflix is doing now? Good grief. But, like, man, it is good and, like, so crazy dark. Oh my god. And it, like, it does such a good job of subverting that. Madoka Magica. Yes. Because, like, it starts off and it's like, yay! Let's all be magical girls together! And then by the end, it is not that. And I won't say anything else about it, but just, like, it's pretty good if you're into, like, magical girl anime, which I own on Blu-ray, Cardcaptor Sakura, because Sakura's, the cutest. Oh my god. But, like, oh my god. Magical Girl Madoka. Woohoo! Woohoo, boy. Yikes. Yeesh. Anyway, I guess we're playing this game about nautigrams. I think we just said to this guy, like, aren't you supposed to be looking for some missing kids? Kids? What kids? Oh, right. Better go. See you around. I wonder where I put my car keys. I thought I had them in my handbag, which isn't depicted in my character art. Detective Oates? I don't know who's speaking. I am not in the mood to sign autographs right now. I mean, maybe not the best attitude to have under the circumstances. It's connected to the other non-array games. Hey! At Haggis with your Gothams. Because that's a great question. And no, it isn't, but I had similar thoughts. I mean, we don't know. Maybe this game will get super dark. So it says, actually want to run an anime panel at a con about the effects of Madoka on magical girl series as a genre. That sounds really fascinating, actually. Like, I would be interested to attend that panel. Because I love stuff like that. I just, like, you know, there's some people who say that, like, they like all genres of music. I love all genres of television. I don't mostly have strong feelings about music. I like my wubs, I like my electronica. Apparently most of what I like is considered trance. But like TV, like I'll watch like anything, man. But like I'm so fascinated by like the concepts of like adapting other media to stuff and like playing with genre conventions and anything that's like a landmark of its own genre. Like all that stuff's just really fascinating to me. Sir recommends, you want crazy, slightly perverted, funny magical girls, you should watch Gotta Be the Twin Tail. I haven't heard of that. I'll say this as tangentially related to that. One of my favorite fictitious genres of anime is what I call a Mastermind series. And, like, one of the best things I can point to as an example of this, well, two that you probably have heard of at least, are Code Geass and Death Note are both something I would consider Mastermind anime. Which, like, broadly speaking, a Mastermind anime is, like, where the characters are all so unbelievably intelligent that they're both planning, like, 7 steps ahead. And, like, as things are playing out, they're like, but I've accounted for the fact that you knew that I would try and set this trap. And so there's a second trap waiting for you. Like, that stuff, I love that stuff. I don't know how to search for that stuff because I made up a name for that genre. But, like, Code Geass is great. I love Code Geass. I actually like Code Geass better than Death Note, and Death Note's really good. But there is an example of this genre called No Game, No Life. And it's similar to Sarah's caveat of, like, if you're fine with it being slightly perverted, No Game No Life is needlessly perverted. Like, almost like a third to like a half of the runtime of some of the episodes is like lewd jokes and things. But like, it's actually like a really good show if you can tolerate that. But like, I can't recommend it to a ton of people because,
Gosh.
oh my gosh, it's pretty lewd. I'm glad that there are people in chat who know that and appreciate that show, so I sound like less of a psychopath. Neko asks, is Yu-Gi-Oh! In the Mastermind genre? It's actually a really interesting question. I would say that there are Mastermind characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! But I think as a whole, Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't qualify as a Mastermind genre because, like, usually the Yu-Gi-Oh! Plots are really straightforward and the games get kind of complicated and people have, like, strategies planned out that way, but, like, they're limited in scope. The overarching story doesn't work that way. Twin Tail is on par with No Game No Life. See, I'll watch that now. And might be embarrassed to recommend it to people later, but I'll do it. I just recommended No Game No Life. We're playing a game, right? Does anyone want to... I don't know. I think we're having fun. Are we having fun? Hi, Anime. Welcome to the stream. I'm not in the mood to sign autographs. A mysterious person approached us. Oates isn't my name. I'm just an actress. And this really isn't a good time. But I need your help, Detective Just an Actress. Alright. I mean... I have this character, as we know from the intro, this is Scout. So it's not really a spoiler to say that the introduction of the game shows him to be Scout. One of the few things I've been told about this game is by Mr. Generic Name in chat that Scout is basically Bae. And just this line of dialogue alone and him floating there, like, yeah. Look at our special boy. I love him. And he says, I would recommend the realist hero rebuilds the kingdom, since the main character is made into a king after talking to the current king for about 10 minutes. Something vaguely along those lines kind of happens in No Game No Life. Are they ever making more of that? I feel like I read somewhere that they were actually, like, finally making more of that, even though that show was made in, like, 2014 or something. I know they're making another season of, whoa, what is it called? What's the thing? Oh, it's completely escaped my brain now. What's the thing where the main character is, like, a dude who, like, played, an MMORPG until it shut down, and he was still logged in, and then, like, somehow that caused him to magically transport to a parallel world where, like, magic was real, and he had all the abilities of his MMORPG character. Overlord, thank you, anime. Overlord. I love Overlord. It's the dumbest show. Overlord, I would say Overlord is technically Mastermind. Like, it's impossible for you to follow some of the Mastermind nonsense on it because they just completely make up the rules as they go along. But, like, I love Overlord, and I know they're working on a new season. I'm so excited for that. I'm not a detective. Could you please just... You're not a fan. What are you, Nani? I am Scout. Is this some kind of prank? Processing. A prank. A practical joke. A deception. No, I am not a prank. I am Scout. What a good boy. I like that. It's a simple animation. We've already used it twice. It's pretty good. Alright, where's the hidden camera? I am equipped with a digital imaging device, if that's what you mean. It isn't hidden, but it may be hard to see from where you're standing. Do you have any other questions? Listen, this is all real clever. Hilarious, really. But I've had a bad day, and I'm not in the mood. Unless you can find my car keys, I suggest you get lost. I can help you find keys. I can find anything. Activating object identification mode. Puzzle Starto! Ooh. Alright, so how tall is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 5 and 5? Okay, so... that means... that I can do the middle 6. Is that right? Because then that leaves 2 on either side. Yeah. So I should be able to... Okay, and since that... I believe that is correct. This is the type of game where I'm gonna, like, mess one of these up at some point, and chat's gonna go, like, wild, and I'm gonna be really embarrassed. Wait, it's this? Yes, these are nonograms! I know you showed up a little late, Haggis. This is a nonogram! Neko's still looking at Annie roll plushies and sister making her hungry. Haki the Grappler manga. I haven't heard of that one. Ditto says it is bananas. Alright, so... maybe here. What else can I rule out? I mean, I guess... I mean, this 3, like... I mean, since I know the middle... No, this one also has to be 1, right? Because if it's 3 across, like, it has to be 3 across there. And if it's 3 across, it has to be 3 across. 3 across, 3 across, 3 across, 3 across. And since we filled in this one, we now know that this can't be filled in. I'm a little concerned about these. We'll get to them. This is wrong. Look at the arrows. I don't know what that means. What arrows? This is 3 across, right? Shouldn't 3 across definitely be 3? Seriously, am I missing something? Shouldn't all of these 3s be 3 across? It's only 5 wide and the edges are blanked out. I only have 7 rows. I only have 7 rows. I mean, I haven't filled in the middle yet. If that's a question, I haven't filled in the middle yet. I'm working around the middle. Because, like, technically, based on what I've looked at so far, it could fill in at the top or the bottom. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. But, like, I don't think I've done anything wrong yet. I will say, assuming that I'm correct, we've filled in all 6 here. Right? So then this one has to be here. And then if the 2 have to be together, that means this. And this would be blank. And if that's blank, that's filled in. Apparently I did it! This is what keys look like! Oh no, I wasn't counting that tape. I was doing the overlapping logic that they taught in the tutorial and started with just 6. And then I filled in 1 because of one of the across rows and started working that way. You found our key? There's ranks? My detective rank is F. Oh, that's what the F was! We are a terrible detective. Hey, wait a minute. If we start as an F rank in this game, what rank does Detective Kaname Date get in AI The Somnium Files? Anyway, so my final recommendation is Aldermane on the Sky. The main character is Mastermind type. Also is not Isaki. I should know what that means and I don't. I don't remember what other game has these puzzles. Is it Picross? We were talking about that before. I don't know the name of this has been given the name Bibble Bobble in my mind. There's a game called Bubble Bobble too, but that's about 2 adorable little dinosaurs trapping things in bubbles. It was on the NES, I loved it. Anyway, we got 3,000 case points, whatever that's for. And there, it's in your bag. That's not my car key, that's a tampon. Wow, alright. Feisty. I think it's a Z-. Fair. I know what it is, I just don't get how this is supposed to help me open my car. Oh, yes, sorry. I'm detecting multiple faults in my object recognition systems, and I really have to be going. Haggis says Date gets an I rating, but just one. Dang, Haggis on fire tonight. Wait, I still need your help. I told you I'm not a real detective. Not even a fake detective anymore. What could you possibly want me to help you with? I don't remember. Great, well, good luck with that. Now get lost, will you? This isn't funny anymore. Okay. I swear, LA gets weirder every day. True facts. Now, where are those keys? Maybe I left them back in the studio? I think we might find a dead body, everyone. Shh. Shh. They must be around here somewhere. Ah! What was that? It sounded like it came from Blake's office. Location unlocked office. Okay. You now have access to the map. It's the map, it's the map, it's the map, it's the map, it's the map! Use the map button, open the map. Boop. Becky? I thought I heard a scream. Did your assistant bring you non-ionized water again? He's like totally dead! Blake! I just came in and I think I'm gonna hurl. Gag me with a spoon. I guess I get the refusal.
Gosh.
Refusal of the call is part of the hero's journey, but if a robot came up flying and asked for my help, I'd simply do so. I guess I'm just built different. Yeah, sure. I mean, especially if the robot's like super cute and trying to help, like, I mean, WALL-E is like one of my absolute favorite movies. If something even remotely close to WALL-E came up and like wanted to be my friend, I'd be like, yes, I will protect you until I die. Don't leave me in here on my own with the corpse. Darn. Yeah, right. This is a classic. Aw, darn. Man, I like practically top of my to-do list today was get aw darn added to the repertoire of sound effects. Oh, hi, Honor. Oh my god, is that Blake? What happened? It's interesting, like, the game normally operates on a, like, I click to continue. But, like, there's a lot of times when, like, a character will actually have, like, kind of a long line of dialogue, cut themselves off, and then skip to the next line of dialogue, and I don't know why it does that. I don't know. I heard Becky scream, and... Oh, jeez, what do we gotta do? We gotta stay calm, right? But what can we do? Who can we report it to? Who's in charge? I'm not qualified to do this. They told me to check ID. How to operate the gate, but not this. We have to call the police. Oh, yeah, good idea. Call the cops. They'll know what to do. They're professionals. You just wait here. It'll all be fine. But jeez, I'm seeing the blood there. Makes me all queasy. Bill! Right, yeah, police. Sorry, I'll go get help. I like that he had an iMac before he died. Blake, why? Episode 1. Show's over. Oh no. Then when she says LAPD, oh no. Has anyone heard about this? There's actually a news story about the LAPD that I read the other day, which, like, actually is probably not the right word here because there's basically always, like, something being reported about them. But the LAPD were, like, going around on patrol, at least, like, one car, but it sounds like something that some amount of the police around here were doing. And they were playing, like, copyrighted Disney songs. They were, like, blaring it over their speakers to try and deter people from, like, posting videos about them online. And I was like, ooh, that's not a good look. That's a really bad look. Don't do that. Please just be better at your job and don't try and, like, work YouTube's algorithm to not get people to point at how bad of cops you are. Please. He was just lying there. Bloody hell. Sorry, Honor. No one should have to see that. Why is this more Australian than British? That's just not correct. I just don't get it. Who would want to hurt Blake? Is this everyone? All staff present and correct, sir. Well, everyone except Blake, on account of his being dead and all. Oh, geez, me and my big mouth again. Sorry, everyone. Just can't believe what's happened. I'll take it from here, thanks. I'm Senior Detective Jerry Cross, and I'll be leading the investigation into the death of your showrunner, Blake. I realize this is a difficult time for everyone, but if you work with me, we can see that justice is served. Really like Jim Gordon over here. Yeah, pretty much, right? First off, who found the body? I don't know why I would answer that question with not facts. Becky found the body. I came running in when I heard her scream. He was dead when you found him? How should I know? I'm, like, not a doctor. Becky, he's trying to help. Police Chief Damon Gant. Oh, boy. Oh, not Damon Gant. Neko says, I'm surprised Disney's lawyers weren't knocking on their car doors. Yeah, they were busy with some other news in Florida. There's a lot of news in the world, and most of it's not great. Well, let's focus on this murder, shall we? Sorry, Detective, she's still obviously in shock. And who are you, exactly? I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. I'm Honor Mizrahi. I'm an actress. Honor Mizrahi, huh? Well, I'll be... You've probably seen the show? Murder Miss Terry? I didn't put that together until just now, and I feel really stupid. Murder Miss Terry? Murder Miss Terry? Murder Mystery? It's good stuff. I played Detective Oates. Of course he's seen it. We're a smash hit. Yeah, that must be it. I'm Becky Call, by the way, star of the show, and soon-to-be winner of this year's Starshine Award for Best Actress. Hopefully. Becky Call feels like a terrible name for, like a really high-strung, like, media personality. I feel like Becky Call is a good name for, like, a mate. Right? Because she's at the Becky Call? Back-end call? Look, they just did it. You can't be mad at me. It's the same thing. It feels like it's an interesting choice for this type of character who's like a prima donna or whatever. Glad to meet you. Now, what I need you to do is... An autograph? Of course, but I'm gonna have to ask you for a small fee. I don't want your autograph, Miss Call. I just want you to think about what you saw. You'll all have to submit statements after I've examined the crime scene. Do you need anything else? Do you need anything else until then? Or can we go? I think we could all do with some time to process what's happened. Hold it. No one's going home. There's been a murder. See, Ditto points out E, or Y, in Spanish, is just Anne. So her name is literally Beck and Call. See, Ditto's got my back. Although I don't begrudge anyone oh my goshing that. Also, it feels really apt that we now have oh my gosh as an option now that we've added a main Valley Girl character to this Murder Miss Terry.
Oh, darn.
By the way, I went to great pains to copy exactly what the text box had written for both oh my gosh, pronounced that way, and aw darn. So that's exactly how AI the Somnium Files had both of those written. I don't want anyone leaving until we've solved the murder. You're being cute, right? He's just Australian. He's just Australian. I know he's not supposed to be, but it's just keep coming out Australian. Can't lock us in here. There's no bathroom. Use a paper cup if you have to. I want to keep all of you in one piece until I've got the facts straight. It's the name of the treasure on the Grand Line, and yes, I know that's not actually what he said. Who's the Australian guy? He literally hasn't actually been introduced. The Australian guy, I think, also works on the set. Maybe he's like hair and or makeup or something. But like he just showed up. Like when they brought us in for questioning, he was just like also here. Listen, senior detective, I am not going in a cup. Where do you think we are, a frat party? I mean, I don't want to be indecent here, but like, what about number 2? What's your name? Casey LeBeau. LeBeau. Casey LeBeau. I have a French name and I'm British, but actually I'm Australian. Award-winning hair and makeup artiste. Enchanted to meet you. Aren't you Brits supposed to be good at keeping things bottled up? Well, now's your chance. Any other questions? Who's that hiding in the corner? Oh, God! Jeepers, it's a whole other person here. Me? I wasn't hiding. I got nothing to hide, Mr. Cross. I mean, Officer Cross. It's not officer, it's senior detective. Who are you? What are you doing here? Right. Senior detective. Got it. Name's Tully. I was just getting a drink when all hell broke loose. Senior inspector, sir. Let me say it slowly so you get it. Senior detective. And I meant, what are you doing here in the studio? What's your job here? Oh, why didn't you say so? I'm a handyman by day, bodybuilder, and model by night. I'm gonna be the next Schwarzenegger. That's great, and I definitely want to circle back around to this. But we still haven't solved my weed problem. For God's sake, I'm not your babysitter, Mr. LeBeau. The matter is closed. As for everyone else, I don't care if you're an actress, the next Schwarzenegger, or William Shatner. This game has more swear. I'm just gonna tone down the swearing like I normally do. A couple ones I was gonna let slide since they were a little light on the PG. But like, if we're just gonna keep going, I'm gonna do my thing, okay? It's fine. You can read the text box. You're all adults here. I'm not saying can't say these words. I try not to say them on stream, that's all. You're all suspects until I say otherwise. You, security guy, Bill, wasn't it? Take me to the crime scene. Everyone else just sit tight while I do my job, and try not to wee on anything important. Real crime around here are those eyebrows. Somebody needs to pluck those girls before they get into a catfight. This is gonna go on record as the worst voice I've ever done for a character on stream. I'm including Mike Meekins, too, by the way. Suppose we're stuck here, so Tully, let's talk about your bodybuilding. Dude, it says he loves Casey's look, and Cotillion says, don't assume I'm an adult. That's my bad, I apologize for that. Several hours later. Oh, come on already, let me out! Just stop making so much noise, he obviously can't hear you. It's Friday night, and I'm supposed to be at a party in like 3 hours. How am I supposed to get ready if I'm stuck in here with you losers? Well, it's nice of you to suggest that, Haggis, but it's a really bad Australian accent. But Neko hasn't given me a hard time about trying to do a British accent, so I feel like that is a win over the vaguely effeminate British that the game wants me to go for. You realize Blake's dead, right? And all you can think about is your stupid party? Just because Blake's dead doesn't mean my social life has to die too. Cool, 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 cool. It's about time. I thought you were ignoring me. I was. Would have kept it that way too, but I found this guy in the hallway over by the set. Oh dear. Oh, he has the detective anime girl on his shirt. I really want to watch that show. Does that show exist? I didn't hear the accent due to kitchen sounds. I was like trying to do a British accent and it came out like Australian twice, so now I'm trying to do an Australian accent for consistency. It's not going well, but I'm just gonna keep doing it. You got any other potential suspects wandering around that I should know about? You tell me you're the detective. Wow, that's a great tone. Shouldn't you have the studio in lockdown? I mean, I'm just gonna pick this one because I feel like we should be in lockdown, but that's my personal belief. What if the killer already got away? I've got patrol cars at every exit. No one's getting out of here, but thanks for telling me how to do my job. John, you're gonna stay here until I say otherwise. Got it? Yes, detective. Hi, I'm John Redfern! Looks like you're stuck with us now, John. You better not need the bathroom. I already used all the paper cups. Echo says, no matter what attempt at British accent I try to make, it'll always be better than the one Alcadius intentionally does to annoy her. I'm not sure I've heard it, but I'll take your word for it. Agus says, I should look into Watson Amelia if I like that design. What is that? It sounds cool. But I mean, like, for real though. Like, she's so cute! I want to watch a show about a really cute anime girl solving mysteries. That sounds great! The VTuber. Oh. You know, I only know of, like, properly one VTuber, and that's Lucajin. And that's because I've kind of just unintentionally followed what's going on in Lucajin's life ever since I watched her, like, Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, like, playthroughs on YouTube 10,000 years ago. And now she's, like, a super lewd VTuber, and she, like, mostly plays the same types of games that I do, and I'm like, rock on. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, I don't know, I just have, like, a lot of respect for what she does, even though I don't really watch most of her stuff anymore. Echo tries to describe this accent. Imagine the sound of an old woman from Mary Poppins might sound if she just yells "oi" over and over. And things real British people don't say, like spot of tea. I'm not even gonna touch that controversy. I know that that's been a sore point in the past. Anyway, says he feels sorry for the detective dealing with all these just unreasonable characters. Yeah, agreed. You follow many VTubers? Cool. I mean, like, actually, no, you know what? I think the emote artist who I commissioned to do all of my emotes for the channel, I think she's also actually a VTuber, come to think of it. I've only caught, like, one or two of her streams, but I think she does, like, a VTube avatar. Oh my god, you're Miss Terry! Yeah, I know who I am, thanks. And you're the goats! Wow, am I guest starring in a new episode or something? Right. Oh no, it's Becky. Right, hilarious. Who are you again? Don't worry about her. She's starved for attention. So are you a new crew member, or... Me? Work on the show? I wish! No, I'm a fan. The biggest fan. Can't believe I'm actually talking to the Becky Call. This is amazing. A fan? Why didn't you say so? I feel like that was pretty clear from him being, like, extremely unreasonable. Calliope Mori. Who's Calliope Mori? Another VTuber, but what does Calliope Mori do other than rapping? It's always a pleasure to meet someone who appreciates my talent. Seriously, I can't even. Everyone on Usenet is going to go nuts when I tell them about this. Oh my god, he's like one of those freaks from the internet. What if he's the killer? Killer? What are you talking about? She's a very sexy, tall rapper who is bad at everything. That is an incredible description of a person. It could have been any one of us. You don't know. Oh, Reaper. I apologize. When you said you listened to Calliope Mori's raps, I assumed that was a typo and that they were a rapper. They're a Reaper? So their avatar is a Grim Reaper, or they are, as a person, like, as a profession, a Reaper? Oh, I definitely skipped past the line of dialogue that was important there. We're all just accusing each other because we don't know who killed anyone, and we're all just terrible. Children. You're all equally terrible. Oh, she's a rapping Reaper. That's okay. You can see how I got confused, though, right? Me? Honor, you must have lost your mind. I could not be a killer. Why didn't I see it sooner? Honor did it. Excuse me? Ooh, that music, though. I'll tell you what, I mean, like, the Phoenix Wright games are historic. They're legendary for their exceptional, like, chiptune music. This is competitive. This is good. She's interning as a Grim Reaper and needs to make money, so she became a VTuber. This is very complicated lore. Fans are called the Deadbeats. That's very good. Could someone maybe explain what's going on? Think about it. She's the one who just got fired. What the what? You got fired? It happened right before this thing with Blake. I don't know how to tell you. You don't need to be Miss Terry to realize that's one heck of a motive for murder. Don't you go throwing stones, Miss Glasshouse 1996. We all know you and Blake were fighting over the all-new contract. I don't have to listen to this. Don't you walk away from me? Could someone please tell me what's happening? I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not sure how we get from where we are now to having a sweet sidekick robot and solving this mystery. I presume that's going to happen. But, like, we're just locked in this room and everyone thinks we did a murder. And I want to be at the part of the story where we're solving nanograms with a robot. Everything's falling apart. I wish I could do something instead of being stuck in here. If I could get out. Maybe I can help. I'm assuming it's Scout. Am I hearing voices? Maybe I really have been locked in here too long. Hello. You again? What are you doing here? The answer to my question from seconds ago is the robot will just show up and everything will be great, and I have no problems with this. Helping. Do you need to find something? I'm good for tampons, thanks. Both of these top options seem viable. I mean, I am a really likely suspect, so I do feel like I should find the killer, is my feeling. The killer. And it could be anyone in this room. Even you? Scout. Oh, poor Scout is still a little malfunctioning. Either that or he's like not really built for human interaction and mostly for detecting things using nanograms. No, not me. I just don't know how to prove that yet. Maybe that's how I can help. I haven't quite figured out what range I want Scout's voice to be in. Even the... That would also be a good response from Scout. He's like, it could be anyone in this room. Even me? How do I know I can trust you? I don't even know what you are. Ask me anything you want. I'll try my best to answer. Oh, we have like an interrogation mode, I guess. Scout. Hello, Detective Just an Actress. Please call me Honor. It's a pleasure to meet you, Honor. I am Scout. What would you like to know? What are you? Good question. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer. That's why I need a detective. You don't know anything about yourself. I know I am a robot equipped with a radar, an imaging camera, and over 200 megabytes of storage. Wow. Sarah's trying to call it early. She thinks the robot did it. It would be fun. Hey, maybe this is a Mastermind anime, and Scout's been, like, playing dumb this whole time, and is, like, trying to orchestrate a specific series of murders. And, like, in the last case, we'll figure that out. Yeah, I agree with that, Ditto. This is unrelated, but I'm so irritated when games are in early access, and people simply ask, like, roughly how long you think it'll take to finish the game? And they'll say something like, when it's ready. I mean, you know what my favorite example of that is? You remember Boyfriend Dungeon? And how, like, I waited for that game for, like, 6 years or something? And, like, literally something along the lines of 6 years. Like, the only, like, release date they would give is be like, when the weapons are sufficiently beautiful! And it's like, I mean, cute, but, like, this was a Kickstarter game. I feel like this should have been done by now. So you're some kind of flying camera? Unclear. Most of my subroutines are corrupted, but many are for searching optical data and matching to known objects. However, most of my object database has been lost. You know what's actually really cute about this? I actually really like that they call attention to the fact that, like, Scout is clearly built from, like, a pretty old computer, and so he has, like, 200 megabytes of storage. And so, like, that explains why, like, all the objects he detects are, like, super low res. Because, like, he doesn't have space for, like, bigger, like, image references. Yeah, that explains the tampon thing. How did you lose so much data? I don't know. My memory banks were severely deteriorated when I came online. Seems like you're quite the mystery scout. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Scout? I was hiding under the table. I followed you inside. I didn't mean here. I mean, like, who made you? I don't know. All that tech and no warranty card? Better hope you don't need any spare parts. Okay, let's work backwards. How did you get here? I was following the street when I saw it. Murder Miss Terry, solving mysteries every Thursday. The billboard outside the studio? Do you solve mysteries on other days as well? I don't know if I can wait until Thursday. Oh my god, I want to hug him. I do want to hug him. I'm gonna be honest, I thought that perhaps, I thought maybe there was a chance that Mr. Generic Name, when referencing this game, was, like, overselling how good Scout was, but, like, god, I just want to give him a hug. He wants answers, and he just has 200 megabytes of tampon data. That's all he has for his whole life and existence, and I feel bad for him. And he wants this mystery solved, and he can't wait for Thursday. He's a very good boy. You said you were following the street. Where were you before? A bad place. There were broken electronics everywhere. No wonder I was damaged. Why tampon data specifically? I think you were in the kitchen before, Neko, but like we were trying to leave the studio, our like player character, and we are like, if only I could find my keys. And he's like, I'll help you with that if you agree to help me. I need a thing. And then we solved a nonogram, and like it didn't look like keys, and it wasn't clear why. And then when we solved it, it was like, you found a tampon. It's just like, oh, okay. Like the song? Yeah, man, so far, like, the music's a jam. You mean the scrap heap? Who would throw something like you away? That's what I want to find out. What do you want from me? I told you I'm not a real detective. I understand, but perhaps you can help me find one. Scout, I got my own problems. One of my friends is dead and I lost my job. Maybe you haven't noticed, but we're locked inside a break room. I can't help anyone right now. Then let me help you. I can find a way out of this room, so you can prove your innocence. And then I'll be free to help you. Help me to help you. It's logical, is it not? Can't argue with that. Oh, I know I can trust you. My friend is dead. For all I know, you could have killed him. Dang, sir, I called it so early. Honor's right on the same page. I would never hurt anyone. I don't even know how. It's unclear if I follow the Asimov rules of robotics, though. I only want to find out who I am. Anyway, thank you for the resub. At tier 2, gosh, I didn't even realize. For 56 months, so many months. Need one of these. Thank you so much for your continued support of this Dog and Pony Submarine show. I don't see any weapons on you. I guess you're safe. Oh, look at his widow face. But I swear, if you go all HAL 9000 on me, we're through. That's quite the strong threat there. So, can you help me seek a way out? Sure, I'll do a quick scan. I found a way out. There's a gap in the wall. It's behind you, approximately 6 feet, 8 inches tall. It's the door. I know this one. It's the door. That's the door, Scout! This is really well done. In the sense that, like, I legitimately understand and relate to Honor's frustration, but at the same time, I love Scout, and if anything happens to him, I'll kill everyone I can find and then myself. Just like on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I feel like I always need to state that's a reference to a TV show so people don't worry about it. But it's a funny joke, I promise. But the point being that, like, it's really easy when you have a dynamic like this to, like, lean really too far in one direction of the other. So, like, for example, you could, like, have the human character in this be really relatable in their frustration because the other character is so miserably unredeemable. It's not a great example, but, like, kind of think of, like, Link and Navi from, like, Ocarina of Time, where, like, just you have no reason to like her at all. And so, like, you really only relate to, like, the fact that, like, you just know he's so tired by the end of that adventure. But, like, you could also just, like, make the friend computer, like, just super duper likable, and then the other person just seems like an irredeemable jerk by contrast.
Oh my gosh.
But, I think we have a really good balance here. I'm really glad people are liking Oh My Gosh. I wasn't sure if people were going to use that, and it seems popular. It's pretty good. If I could get out through the door...
Oh, darn.
Wouldn't need your help. Sorry, my logic circuits are obviously still warming up. Give me a moment to make a more detailed scan. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, Neko. Like, the more I hear "oh my gosh," the more I like it. It's like grown on me tremendously in the past like 8 hours. Investigate. Use Scout's scanning mode to locate objects of interest. Move the viewport with the mouse and click to scan where the cursor turns fully red. Ooh, there's some mouse sensitivity I don't love.
Oh, darn.
This is a little janky, to be honest. Puzzle start! Oh, wow. Hey, that's a big one, huh? So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, it's just like before. We have a row of 10. I guess the lines designate a block of 5, right? I didn't pick up on that before. So I guess that's our shortcut as they get bigger or whatever. Look up Trigger Fire, Alcadius, if you're trying to set these up on your own stream. The website I use is called Trigger Fire, but it's spelled weird. It's Trigger and then F-Y-R-E, Trigger Fire. There's other ways to do it though, if you want. That's just like a relatively convenient and fairly established one. So just like before, we have 8 in a row of 10, so the overlap is definitely 6. We'll do that on the other side, too. And we can do it on the top one. But down here at the bottom, it looks a little bit different. So 6 can be any one of 4 different places. So I think that means I can do... Because it can, yeah, those are the only ones I can fill in because it could span any other thing. It's probably in the middle, let's be honest, but I'm not going to mess with that. So 2 and 2, that's not super helpful. Oh, wow, look at this. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. So if that's 5 ones, then that's like perfect information, right? Because there has to be a space between them. No, wait. Because where does it start? 1 and 1. 1, 1, and 1. Yeah, that's not technically perfect information because it could start at either of these two and alternate all the way down. Can't do the 3 groups yet. Oh wait, can I do this one? 1... And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. Yes, I can do this row. Okay. So, oh no. Wait, no, that's wrong. Okay, undo. I goofed. Because there's already 1 here. So no, that doesn't actually help me out. Oh, that's got tough real fast, huh? I'm surely missing... Oh, no, wait, no. I figured it out. You're probably all screaming. Don't worry about it. I have some top rows here, which is enough information to solve these 1-1-1-1s. Which then means... we cross out all the gaps. And I can do that for all of these. Gosh, is that right? Because I feel like if I follow this logic through, there's no way I can have 6 on the bottom, and that's problematic. Yeah, I guess it's the rules say it has to be a minimum of 1 space, right? I mean, the most likely thing is that there's just an extra gap here, and it's 2 at the bottom. There has to be something I could definitely act on. You can act on intuition all you want. It might pay out. But, like, the 3's on the side first. Oh, that's a good point. I keep considering these edge ones as... By the way, I should just, like... Oh, no, that's not done yet. That's just the overlap. I keep considering these as, like a frame or something. But, like, yeah, those are actually in play. And so, like, if there has to be 3 and 3, that has to work that way. Which then means that these definitely don't form definite rows. And then these must work the same way, right? Alright, so does that then give us enough information? I think that might let us do these ones? Well, at the very least, we know that, like, that's true. And I guess by extension, we know that this also has to be true because there has to be at least one gap between each of these. So, like, they can't be directly adjacent to each other. So then, by extension, I think that means, like, this definitely has to be filled in. And then I think it has to alternate all the way to the bottom, because otherwise you don't get enough filled in ones. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride. Incorrect. Okay, so do I know anything about this? I don't know if this is actually solvable just yet. Because I don't necessarily know where the double gap is. Hey, someone got that reference. Got a couple people. 3s. Oh, yes, I do have more 3s. You're correct. I have more 3s. Which means... No, these still aren't... I mean, this is correct. And since there has to be at least one gap between them, this also has to be a gap. Oh, which then... No. It technically could go either of these. Technically. It probably doesn't. What do all the ones at the top mean? So, this notation at the top means that what you're looking for in the solved puzzle is like one block by itself with no other like filled in spaces directly next to it, and then at least one empty space, and then another one by itself. It can be more than one empty space, as Ditto helpfully reminded me because my brain melted looking at this. I mean, what seems like is most likely the case is that the filled-in 2 goes, like, here and here, and then maybe it's empty on the sides. And if that was true, I could work around it, but I feel like I should be able to... If I keep at this, there has to be some, like, definitely solvable thing. My understanding is the way nanograms work is... Much like Sudoku, there shouldn't... no guessing should be required. So... Right, this has to be empty, this has to be empty. And if I need 5 ones, then 1, 2, 3, 4... Could still be either one of these, but I would require this to be filled in. Which then means that we have 8 at the top, so that's fine. So that limits where the 8 in a row could be. Which means we know that these consecutive 7 have to be it, right? And then the one either goes on the top or bottom, but like those 7 should be accounted for. And then if we look at this row, then it's 2 and 2, which means the other ones have to be empty, which means that these ones should be empty too, right? No, these are full, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one's empty. This one's empty. Since we have the continuous 6, that means these have to be empty, which means that these have to be full. Oh, I tell you, wall grading is not a particularly helpful viewpoint. But we did it! Hooray! Is it cheating for chat to point me in the right direction and get points? I don't know. Starting to make sense. Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely understand the concept of nanograms. My brain, like, really just shut down at the start of it for some reason. So, like, I was missing some key logical leaps or whatever. But, like, in theory, like, I feel like nanograms are, like, a thing that's, like kind of tricky to learn, but, like, not outrageously, like, difficult or complicated. You'll not cheat. No, it's fine. I mean, like, maybe I'll put it this way. Like, nudging is encouraged if I'm going, like, completely down the wrong track, because then you basically have to start over. But, like, maybe, like, save, like, more direct clues for when I'm, like, really struggling. But, like, definitely, like, play along, for sure. You very, very well may solve it more quickly than I do. And I realize that might be frustrating, but this is the unfortunate life of the streamer disconnect. I think I've located another way out. Could you verify that it's not another door? It's an air vent. That might actually work. Or at least it works in the movies. Only problem is it's sealed up with a metal cover. You don't happen to have a crowbar, do you? I don't think I have that feature. Worth a try. Cover seems to be held in place by 4 metal screws. It can probably be removed for access. All we need is a coin. No ASCII maps. Essentially, this entire game is making ASCII maps. That's not true. Okay, so we need a screwdriver. I'm guessing you don't have one of those either? No, I'll be sure to bring it up with my creator if I find them. What do you think you're doing? And what is that thing supposed to be? I am Scout! Aw. I love him. Honor, are you really that desperate for friends? I always knew you were weird, but I didn't think it was this bad. He's helping me. He's helping me. I didn't kill Blake, and I'm gonna prove it. Huh. How's a piece of junk like that going to help? Looks like you dug an old Betamax player out of the trash. Actually, I didn't meet Honor until after I left the scrap heap. Not helping. That explains the smell around here. No, sorry, that's me. I'm sorry. That one's me. I did that. I apologize. Oh, what's taking that detective so long? You'd think someone his age would value time. For once, I agree with you. Scout found an air vent that leads out of the room. I'm gonna get out there and prove I'm innocent. What? No way. I'm not letting you sneak out while I'm stuck in here. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the problem. If I get out, like, everyone's gonna get out. And that's, like, kind of a problem, isn't it? I mean, I feel like the game is treating this like a future problem for future Honor. But, like, I feel like it's gonna be an issue, right? What are you gonna do? Tie me to a chair? If you so much as touch the air vent, I'm telling Detective Cross. You get fired, Blake dies, and then you try and escape? You don't look so innocent to me. What if she's right? Escaping this room may not be the best option. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, Scout. And we have to move fast. The longer we wait, the more time the killer has to cover their tracks. How do you know that? I've picked up a thing or two over the years. Murder mysteries were always my favorite kind of story. I just never expected to be in one. But before we get out of here, we have to find some way to distract Becky. What about the handsome, creepy guy that... Well, no, I guess Casey was the one who's into him, huh? Should probably question her first. Because if we investigate and find the screwdriver, we're gonna want to just, like, open it right away. Ugh, what do you want? How you holding up? Get a cell phone to bring up her feed. Yeah, that'd probably do it. Although we're in the 90s? Question mark? It's not clear. Wait, did the game give a date? Sometimes I'll gloss over that early on. I'll be okay, no thanks to that idiot detective. I can't believe he's locked us in here without any protection. Now, if we were playing AI The Somnium Files, someone would have something to say about that. I'm not gonna say what, but someone would. And I'll let you decide that information for yourself. Concilian. Sounds like, so you need to distract someone named Becky. Have you tried pointing out someone else's butt? Yeah, I mean, at the very least, if we prove that someone here likes butts, big butts, there's a very strong chance that they can't lie. And that person could be an ally to us. What if the killer tries to finish off the rest of us? You don't think they'd be trying to lay low? How should I know? I'm not a murderer. Maybe not. On the other hand... What, the contract thing? Don't be stupid, Honor. That's just business. I'm not a suspect. I'm a victim of circumstance. You and Detective Cross. Sounds like you don't think much of Detective Cross. He's so old. I thought real detectives were supposed to be cool and mysterious. The only thing mysterious about him is why he hasn't retired yet. Fighting with Blake about your contract. Are you really fighting with Blake about your contract? I do not want to talk about it. Can you believe these people? I'm their biggest star and they can't even find a few $1,000s for promotion. I swear, it's like they want... Oh, what are you smiling about? Nothing, it's just... Thought you didn't want to talk about it. You should let me go. If you really want to get out of here, you should let me go. The sooner I can prove I'm innocent, the sooner Detective Cross can concentrate on finding the real killer. No way. If I have to be stuck in here, then so do you. You're just mad because you're gonna miss your stupid party. Duh. It's the social event of the season, and I'm supposed to be there in 3 hours. If I don't get out of here soon, everyone will be drunk by the time I get there. They won't even notice me arriving. Worrying about your party. You're more worried about getting to a party on time than about Blake. Don't you care at all? Of course I care. It's tragic, but this just isn't any party. It's a Mitzi McCree party. Is that one also a pun? Maybe it will become clear in time. Yeah, it's true. And as Anime points out, the last time we had a contract problem with an entertainer on this stream. The ringmaster got killed in Phoenix Wright, the second one. Justice for All? Right? I think the second one is called Justice for All because it's really unintuitive to me. Because in my mind, like, for a long time, it was just the original Phoenix Wright trilogy. And it feels like Justice for All should be the last one. And I think the only reason I think that is because it's, like, at the end of the Pledge of Allegiance. But I can't divorce that in my mind. It feels like it should be the third one, but I'm pretty sure it's the middle one of the trilogy. Do you know how hard it is to get on her guest list? I've been trying for months. Not that you'd understand. You always got invited to these parties with your husband. Oops, sorry, ex-husband. Oh, wait, something about what the security guard guy said before strongly implied to me that the husband died, but he just is a divorce? I mean, not just a divorce, but, like, I don't know, kind of just a divorce? Dying's, like, kind of a bigger thing. Maybe now you're divorced, you'll finally see what it's like for people like me. You know, people who got where they were through hard work, not by marrying some rich guy. I mean, she says that, but she kind of strikes me as the type of person who wants to marry, like, a rich guy, right? We don't actually, like, this is, like, literally the first information we have about the ex-husband. I auditioned like everybody else. Oh, sure. And who got you the audition? Oh, that was Honor saying that. I auditioned like everybody else. Oh, sure. And who got you the audition in the first place? I still don't understand why you divorced him. If I had a guy who got me into Mitzi McCree parties, I'd never want to give him up. I'd never want to let him down. I'd never want to turn around and desert him. Meeting your biggest fan. So, how does it feel to finally meet our biggest fan? It's that guy in the corner, John or whatever. That's him. Who, John? He's so pathetic. He keeps trying to talk to me about poetry or some crap, as if I want to hear poetry at a time like this. You think your biggest fan would know you're not interested in art. Dang. Let me say, I just realized she has both the drill hairstyle and the wavy hair. You can give Becky any more rich girl character traits. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's got like a animal print coat that's probably off-season. By which I mean we live in Los Angeles, so it's definitely off-season. There's a lot of indicators here to be sure that she is a rich girl character. Show her your lawyer badge. I don't know where it is. I'll need Scout to help me find it. I am into art, but fashion is the art of the 90s. There it is. Confirmed 90s. I don't actually remember if it said that before, but now we know it is definitely the 90s. And John is anything but fashionable. Alright, none of that helped. I don't have any evidence to present, right? So I guess I have to investigate? Microwave puzzle! Five across will do. No. Misclicks are gonna be real on this stream, I promise. Okay, so... 2, 3, space... Yeah, you could do a 3 and a 5 deck. Can't do that 3. 1, 3, 2, 1. There's some guessing check I could apply here, but I don't want to. I feel like I'm supposed to be able to do something about this central column. But I don't think I can I? No, wait a minute. I know that this is here, so there can't be 5 in a row here. So I should at least be able to work out... Oh no, also this is in sequence, right? So... So there needs to be at least a space and then 3. So like we'll leave these two alone. I mean, I feel like I can count on at least this much overlap, which means these should be blank. 2 and then 1, so I can't do much with that. One and then 1. And here we... Oh, okay. These I can do. These I can do because there has to be a space between them, and it's only 5 across. So it has to be 1 space, 1 space, 1. And that then applies here. 2, which then means that these 2, 1 end bits those are accounted for. Which then means the top row is 3, which then means that, as expected, it's 3 down and then a space, which means we have more overlap of here, which means we can safely cross those off. Now I need to have 1 and then a space and then 1 for both of these rows. Which means it has to be like that, which means that. Screwdriver! It's so obvious, it's a tree! That would be like a fun character trait, like, I don't know if there are other playable characters in this game, or if they ever made a sequel. It'd be like fun if there was a character who like wasn't as savvy as Honor and like was working with Scout to like solve stuff, and like when it was done they're like, right, it's I don't know what it is. It's a tree. It's a happy little accident tree.
Honor, I found something. My ontological database indicates it's some kind of tool, but all further data is damaged or missing.
It's a screwdriver, Scout. This is just what we needed. For some reason, it looked like it was inside of the microwave. Hey, Tully, wasn't it? I'm guessing this is yours?
Huh? What makes you think that?
Wait, what voice was I doing for this guy? It was something weird. Well, because, I mean, you're a handyman, so...
Right, yeah. Sorry.
So, you mind if I borrow this?
Mind? Why would I mind? I'll lend you a tool anytime you like.
What's this game rated?
Maybe after we get out of here, you and I could grab some coffee.
Scout, if you've got a cattle prod attachment, now's the time. What is this game rated?
Well, you know where I'll be if you change your mind.
I think I need to investigate to see if I can find something to distract Becky. I'll at least do a sweep for stuff. That's a big puzzle, is what that is. Alright, so 1 space 8 means that this row is pretty clear. So we're still looking at 10, and that number of spaces together is 10. It's only 2 in this row, huh? That's interesting. 7, 6, and then 1. 7, 5. 4, and then 4. Feels like that's almost something I can do. What about 1? 1 space is 2. 1 space 4, 10. Yeah, so I should be able to do that. 1 space, 1 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should work that way, right? And then there's only 2 across the top row here. Dang it. The misclicks are just gonna be so real, man. So real. So, for these 7s, I could probably do some measure of overlap, right? Oh, wait a minute. No, there's only 7 eligible spaces. No, that's not right. It could be the left. Sometimes my brain just like jumps, man. Just jumps. Can you X click a number row to knock out the whole thing? Oh no. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. It's a reasonable question though. Let's think about this row for a second. We already know that, like, the 10th space is off limits. So in order for there to be a 6 and a 1, there would have to be a 1 here, and then a space, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. No, there'd still be 1 space left over, but no, I guess I can't be certain that the 1 goes there. All right, let's try to hone in on these overlap areas. The odd number on the 2 panes is a little weird, but these 2 are definite. And then, in order for there to be 7 across 9 spaces, I can have like 5 overlap? Because it could be 7 or 7. Yeah, okay. And then I should be able to do the same thing here. I believe that is correct. 2, 3. Oh, the 2, 3, 2 row. I didn't even notice this somehow. 2, 3, space 2. Yeah, that works. I'm not gonna be super harsh about backseating in this, but, you know, just leave me some time to, like, do the puzzle, too. I appreciate the tip there, so I definitely didn't see that, but, like, not looking to have chat solve it for me. Okay, so that ought to do some sort of thing. Alright, so this has to be blank, and then this has to be blank. And then no matter what, this has to be filled in. But then the last one of the 3 could be either one of these. But that also means this is blank. It's so close to this 4-4. Let's see, 5. I actually think I could do more overlap than this, can I? Because it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These should be off limits, because we know these 2 are filled in, and the furthest to the right it can extend is there. That doesn't help anything, but that's true. Oh, Neko, you just made your 10th Etsy store sale? That's very exciting. Congratulations. This is potential overlap, right? Just before it... Like, this has to be part of the group of 4, and it can only go to this edge or to this edge. And in either case, that should be filled in. So then I think... think this space should be empty, and then this should be 2, and then there should be like 4 here. Because there's no way for it to be... Like, this can't both be the 2, which has to come closer to the top. So then the only way for there to be a 2 and then a space should be this, and then the other one should be 4, and that's cleared out. And if that's cleared out, then the 5 has to be this. No, that. Okay. And now that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we know that the 7 can't reach all the way to here. And that is also true of this row. Which means that since the closest one to the top here is 2, this has to be blank. And since everything above it is blank, that means this has to be the 2. But the 1 can still be a bunch of stuff. Still don't have... Ooh, I have the bottom 4, don't I? Because these would have to be continuous. So then, like, that's a 4. And then that has to be a space. And that means that the rest of this has to be the other 4. Okay. Oh, this is a 1 across, so that's that row. What am I looking at? Is this like a hula dancer? Let's see. 5 and 1. Ooh, 6 and 1. I almost have information about that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go on either side. Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. What about this 2, 2, 1 business? I don't think I'm quite there. Ah, what about 1, 3, 1? 1, 3, 1. Okay. So that means this is definitely 2. And then in order for there to be another 2 and a 1, then we would have to go to space 1. And that means that's 7 across here, right? So that's done. If this ends as 6 and 1, then, like, this has to be the 1, right? And so then this row cancels out. And then this has to be empty. Oh, this one's already done, right? I have a 1 and a 2. Okay. So that being the case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that row's done. This row's 5 down. The only way to connect this furthest point to the rest is to have the 5 all be in a row. It's apparently an apple with a bite taken out of it, which is not what I would have guessed even a little bit at all.
Do you think this could be useful to the investigation?
Neko says she was gonna guess apple, and I'm not gonna call her a liar. But that was a hula dancer. Yeah, I think you definitely get some sort of, like, partial credit there, Ditto, for guessing eggplant. I'll be honest, it seems unlikely that an apple is the smoking gun.
The gun? Be careful, hon. Our guns are dangerous.
No, Scout, it's a turn of phrase. It means the murder weapon or, like, a vital clue.
It's very confusing when humans say things that mean other things.
I'm sure you'll catch on.
Catch on to what? That was another one, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know what to do with the apple. So I think I still gotta scan. Start. There's like a lot of puzzles in this room. I'm overall pretty happy with the frequency of puzzles so far, The pacing of the story is a little weird. Be honest about that. All right, so 8 and 1's a pretty clean one on a 10 grid. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Space 1. And then this essentially works the same way, yeah? Okay. Well, if there's 6 in a row over here and the bottom is one of them, then it has to be 6 up from the bottom. So the rest of those are done. It's like a jigsaw. You gotta frame it or whatever. Okay, it says, finally figured out why none of the sounds were playing. There's some troubleshooting involved if you're working on trigger fire. I had to find like a tutorial video to help explain it. But you need to get the name of the channel points redemption has to like perfectly match the weird button you have to insert that into. I'm playing Voltorb Flip, basically. Ooh, this is a nice song, isn't it? Like this. 115. Well, that's, I mean, that's only one by itself. There you go. And that's done. And if the first one here is 2, similarly that should be the case. And similarly, this should be the case. And similarly, 2, 3, 5. That should be the case. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be the case. So it feels like it is a lower difficulty than the ones we've been doing recently. I believe all of those are correct. And then counting down this way, the first one is 1 by itself, so that's done. 4 down is done, 5 down is done, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 2, 4, right? And then the other one is 1. And since 1 is the first one by itself on this one, space there. This can technically be either, right? I think that is still true. Thankfully, I'm not playing Voltorb Flip. I don't remember Voltorb Flip specifically. I kind of remember what it looks like. Oh, no, wait, Voltorb Flip. Isn't that kind of like a Minesweeper thing? Yeah, it does look kind of similar. Oh, wait, 1 and 2. So one of the 2 is at the bottom here, so the 2 has to be here. So that clears up this. Oh, can I fill this in? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7! Woo! Yeah, I should be able to fill in this 5 here, because if one of the 5 is on the far right, then it has to be the far right 5, yeah? Still don't quite have this down. 4 and then 2. Oh, this is all blank, because I filled in the 4 and the 2, which means this has to be a 1, which means that this is nothing. Should have been. I should have solved that earlier. That's fine. Yeah, these are fun, right? Like, I'm into this. And then the 4, again, has to start from the far side, so that should be that. The 1 and the 1 in these rows is a little trickier. Same with this one. Gonna have to start working from the top, I think, since all the row stuff's a little silly. So, this one is 5. No, 5 would be there. And then this one is 4, that would end there. And this one is 4, that would end there. Oh, wait a minute. That means this row's done. Yeah, okay. So, if this has to be... No, I don't think I can make that determination yet. Can I make my camera cutout slightly smaller? How much am I overlapping? Yeah, let me unlock this, click this. It's Alt. Oh, not that side. I mean, you can still see most of the plushies. Leave that for now. I could adjust it a little more, but I don't want to cut off too much. Okay, I need a 2. Yeah, I've started cropping it a little smaller, but I noticed earlier that I hadn't done it for the instance of webcam I was using here and just didn't really do anything about it, but I'll keep that in mind. I'm missing something. There's like one clue here that should put me over the top. 3 and 1. Well, okay. This one has to be blank, right? So that... Nope, that doesn't do anything. The 1 can be either one of these. Ah, but it can't go here. It has to be this one, because this one is a 1 by itself. Right? 3, 1, 1, right? And then that has a blank space. Can't fill in the other 1. 5, 1 can go either of these places. And going by the top, it can go either of those places. See, mostly secret Squirtle hanging out behind the Ninja Turtle. But if you can see it, it's not a secret. Finish the 3, 1, 1. Continue, caught that before I did, but that is addressed now. Figure out the 4 only row. Good call. Completely forgot about the 4 only row. That means that this can no longer be 2, which means that the 2 has to go here. Which then means this has to be 1, which then means that that's empty. And then this is 4 and 3. And the 2 should be on this one. Hula Girl! No, it's a Miss Terry toy. The music in this game has been really good so far. A few comments on it, and like, it's good, man. I guess he is technically better than F, but that's not... A new bonus puzzle has been added to Scout's memory bank? Oh, to doing that! I want to help fix him. What's this toy doing here? Hey, be careful with that! Don't you realize what you're holding? Like a really weird puppet. What? No! It's a Miss Terry figurine! And a rare one, too, if I'm not mistaken. Thought it looked familiar. Guess I didn't recognize Becky without a scowl on her face. Oh, they're such good friends. How come it's so valuable? Well, since you're interested, this particular figurine has a small but hilarious mistake. Take a look at the face. Did you notice anything? Aside from the strong urge to pull Becky's head off? No. No. The eyes are the wrong color! Isn't that funny? Like, how do you get the eyes wrong on Miss Terry? They only made 200 before they noticed the problem, so they're very rare. I wonder how it got here. I've actually got another one just like it right here in my Wait, is that mine? You took it out of my bag. You're a thief. A thief? It was lying here on the floor. On the floor? But it's worth hundreds of dollars. There are people out there who would kill to own this. Calm down. It's a piece of plastic. Just a piece of plastic. Anyway, says... I think I know the show you want to watch in this world is the show Becky Stars, and the anime girl is a cartoon version. Wait, you're saying, like, there's an actual anime that you think this is based on, and it's called Becky Stars, which in turn would probably be why the main character of the fake TV show is named Becky? Or are you saying that's what you believe the name of the fictional detective is? Come on, John. Remember what Dr. Fierstein taught you. I'm sorry if I shouted. I just can't stand to see priceless collectibles being abused, especially when they belong to me. Sorry, John. I really didn't know it was yours. should probably take it back before I get any ideas about shoving Plastic Becky here to the garbage disposal. No, no. Dr. Fierstein says I need to learn to share. Besides, you are Detective Oates after all. If I can't trust you, who can I trust? Oh, you think that the anime girl on his shirt is the cartoon version of Becky from this game? I mean, probably, but like the fake show in this game sounds way less good than the image on this shirt looks. This show looks amazing. Also, why would he give us that thing? Like, we just threatened to destroy it. You were kidding about the garbage disposal thing, right? I can't investigate anymore, but... Scout's memories! Oh, I have I have lots of these. Okay. It's puzzling time! Oh, wow, this is... Okay. Sure. Oh, no, that's not right. It's a 5 grid. I'm being ridiculous. 0 there. 1 and 2. 4, 3, 1. One space 2? No, can't quite do that. 1 and 1. The 1 and 1s I can fill in here, right? No. 1 space 1 or 1 space space 1. I feel really dumb. This looks like it should be super easy. 2, 2. I mean, I assume these are supposed to be trickier because I don't know if they're actually optional. I mean, I don't know if you have to solve the memory puzzles to, like, advance the story, or if you just get more background on Scout or something that way. Can do 3 out of... Right, I can do the overlap. Yeah, that's a good point. And then if there's a continuous 3 coming down from this one, then it would have to start there. And then that's nothing. And then this can't be 2, so that also has to be nothing. And then, since these ones are both 1 space 1, that's empty. If the first one is a thing, sure. And then... if that exists there, that's the only one on the far side. 1, 2, 1. So this has to be blank in order for the ones to be separated. It can still be either of those. There's done 2. The 3 have to be continuous, so that's overlap, which means that's dead, which means... Oh, this is done, which is this. It's a face, maybe. Nope, it's a coffee cup. Okay, number 2. These ones I can do, because there can only be 2 spaces in a 5. If there's 3 ones. Okay. Well, if these 3 have to be continuous, then they have to be between the 2 that I've solved, so that's fine. Yeah, the pixel art... Some of the pixel art is difficult to discern even when it's solved, but I'm mostly fine with it. This is apparently done. This one's also apparently done. This is quite the whatever I'm looking at. Oh, there has to be a space here, which means this has to be the thing, and that's the only one in that one. Which means that these have to be them. It's a creeper from Minecraft. Nope, it's car tire. Hit 80 degrees over there, Demolition. That's impressive. It's like mid-high 70s here today, I think. Oh, here's a fun fact, is that sometime late this afternoon, the remote to my air conditioner started working. And I put that emphasis on it because it kind of just started, like, turning the air conditioner off and on by itself, as if possessed by a ghost. Yeah, I mean, some of this, like, this definitely doesn't look so much like a tire to me. But, yeah, I mean, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, it's a really low-res pixel thing, you know. It's fine. All right, so we're at 8. So that means we can do the middle. Because that could be... Wait, can I do 6? Yeah, because it can be 6 and then 2 and then 2. Okay, and then there's another one that's just the same one. That could be 2, 2. Okay. So that's something. This has to be blank. This also has to be blank. This also has to be blank. This is in the nonogram game he has on his phone. There's a mode where there's an 8x8 where each of those 64 squares is actually a 20x20 puzzle. I'm kind of a scrub. That hurts my brain to think about. Alright, I can do the similar thing up top, right? So, like, this has to be blank. This has to be blank, blankety blank. This has to be filled, and then this has to be blank. And then in order for that one to be filled, that means all 3 of these have to be filled in. Which means the top one of these should be empty, because now this is the highest this could reach. 2 could still do whatever. I don't have enough information for the 4. That or that or 6. I could do some amount of overlap for the 6. I have 8 spaces left, so I think I could do the middle 4. So I can go either of those ways. But in order for there to also be a 1, it would have to be like this configuration, right? I believe that is correct. So if this is 2 and then 1, then that should be blank. Okay. 3. Can't do anything useful with that 3 yet. I'm not sure what would be more... Demolition says, I'm tempted to get this and play along. I'm genuinely not sure what would be more frustrating as a viewer, is to, like, watch me, like, go on a tangent about the remote to my very high on the ceiling mounted air conditioner and not make progress in the puzzle while you're doing it, or to just sit there and, like, quietly try and solve the puzzle and get mad when I miss a clue. I don't know which one's worse. But I'm having fun, and I hope you're having fun. Okay, so everything in this row is a 1, which means that everything on either side of this has to be empty. And similarly, the next one up from this also has to be a 1, so this can't be filled in either. Someday we'll fill in this one. Yes, thank you, Demolition, for gifting me this game, like, quite a long time ago at this point. I've been enjoying it quite a lot. Does this work the same way as that? I believe it does, because the next one up should be a 1, which means it can't go here. And then, yeah, so like that, and then the same thing here. Right? Does that let me solve any of these? What about this one? Oh, the bottom one here has to be 2, right? So that has to be that, and then that. But if the 2 starts here, the other one has to be this, and then that's blank. And since this was a 1, that one's done. The other one is somewhere in the universe. Keep wanting to, like, make some conclusion about this 3, and I can't. Oh, I don't think I finished doing this here, huh? The far one on this side has to be a 2. Same for this. Same for this. It doesn't narrow much more than that down, to be honest. Do these 2s work? 1, 2, space, 1, 2. Yeah, I can solve that. Because there needs to be a space between the 2s, and there's already a space there. It's the only way to fit these ones. That feels like that should help me solve some sort of thing. So these have to be empty, because that's just a 2. That's about as much as I could do there. I know that the 4 is in the middle, which should mean... No, it doesn't. That doesn't mean that. I mean, I could try replacing the batteries. At this point, I'm more concerned that it may not be functional and that if I leave batteries in it, it might just turn off the air conditioner. Like, I'm not... It has not been conclusively proven that it will remain functional. You keep pointing at your screen. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I must have go in one of these. Oh, this one has to be 1, so neither of the spaces on either side of it can be 1. Which then means that this can't be part of the 8, which means that the 8 goes here, which means that that 8 is solved. Okay, that doesn't do anything. I still can't draw any conclusions about that 3. The 1, we're getting close with this 1. There's a very good chance it's this one. 1 and 4. I don't think that's ruled out. Oh, this is the middle one's a 2, so there can't be anything immediately adjacent to that. So let's look at this then. 1, and like this should be filled in, because there's no way to have 2 1s between these 2 spaces. But I still don't think I know exactly where that one is, although it's probably the top one. Oh yeah, this is done now. And that being the case, it has to be those 3, which is what I figured, but... Okay. So this is filled in. That's a little tricky. That's a little tricky. It might actually be that. This is... That has to be right, doesn't it? Pretty sure that's correct. Which then means that since everything below it is blocked out, that 4 has to be correct. And then I can cross out this, and this, and this. That also means that has to be correct. This has to be correct, and that's blank. And then this has to be filled in. But since that's a 1 and that's a 1, this has to be blank. Since those have to be filled in. That one's a police badge. I don't know. I think that's a close-up of a Koopa Troopa from Mario. I think that's what that is. And then this one. Oh. Yeah, I see the monkey face there too, Ditto. 13? Why 13? I'm gonna just maybe gonna come back to this. Can I leave this? Can I do this later? I can return to title. I don't know if that counts as saving. I feel like I should do this later when I'm more accustomed to things bigger than the, like... like a block of 4 of these grids. I don't know that we can do this. Okay, hang on. 2 and 3 and 2. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that should be... I think that accounts for a whole row, doesn't it? No. Yes? No? No. Yes? No. Yes? No. Feels like it should be the 13, but it's actually 15 across. And there's no, like, 0 rows to use as, like, a guiding point there. Here I need 15 across, so, like... It's 4, 5, 6, 11, 13, no. A lot of these are, like, close to something I can work with. Can't quite use these 9s. I guess I can do overlap with them, right? Which is like... I guess technically that runs all the way to here, right? Because it uses up all but 1. So the empty space could go at either the top or the bottom. Unclear if that would be 4 or 2. Guess I could do overlap for the 13 too, which would be everything but the 2 on the edges. It's 15 across, and so yeah. So these only have 1s, so those spaces are blank. To go off of for any of those, I don't think. This is similar. And this would be similar. 3s I can't work with. Alright, so... Okay, hang on. Here's a weird one. So if this row has a 4 and then a 1 to the right of it, that means that all of these spaces should be blank. The 1 could be in either one of these, or arguably could be blank space here and then a 1 colored in, but like none of those should be eligible, I think. So, since I've narrowed down the one directly above this, and I know this only has 3s in a row, that should be valid. And then since the 3 can't fit up here, that should be blank. And then there's only 3 spaces left, so that should be fine. Okay. I feel like I should be able to do an overlap with this 9 and this 2, but I'm a little worried about doing that. It's the furthest over. So if it was like space, like filled space, then we would have 12 more spaces for 9 to fit in. So I'd have to leave 2 on either end, because the 9 could go in any of those. I think that's right, because then it could be 9 space 2, or like 9 space 2. No, that's not right, is it? Is that right? It feels right, but I don't know if that's right. I think that's right. Wince face. 3, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2. No. Yeah, I guess this, like, that has to be correct, right? Because the first thing to the left is 2, and then this can't itself be a 1, so that means that has to be there, and that has to be blank, which then means that that has to be filled in, which means that has to be filled in. Okay. Winston Payne is from the other game. Quiet, you! Also sick. Very good, Ditto. Yeah, that could work. 3, is this something? 3, 1, 4. So, like, this can't be the 1. No, I'm not sure that's enough to go on. 2, 5. Ah, no, that's based on this knowledge. I'm not. I just. Okay, hold on. I want to nail down the logic of this bottom row. I think my supposition is correct, but okay. So, like, the furthest that the 9 could reach to the right is if this was blank, this was the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that can't be possible. Which is interesting. That's interesting. That I feel like that should tell me something, and it doesn't. Should be able to draw some conclusion from it. Well, this can't be 5, right? None of that can be 5. Which means that by process of overlap, I know that this is here from the 2, 1, 4, 2 row. So, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. So, like, this should be blank, right? Because I don't think the 5 can ever reach that far down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So all these middle ones should apply. I'm not sure which of the 2 this is, but that means that that shouldn't be viable. Which means that can't be that. And, like, that means that if it reaches this far over, it should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 space. The 2 could still go either of those. But if neither of those can have a space, this definitely has a space, and it counts 9 from there. I think that should be correct. Still can't solve the 13 row. That's pretty outrageous. Alright, if this needs to be 3, then this actually has to be blank. And then so should these 2. First thing is 3. Is that something? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, that's. I mean, nope. Yeah, that's just 6 straight across, and that has to be a gap. And then since we know the 4 starts there, it has to be 4. And then the 2 is malleable, but that should be right. What are we making, a pumpkin? 2. Yeah, if the furthest left one has to be 2, that has to be a space, and then this has to be. Oh, that's actually interesting. If the 2 has to be there, then nothing to the right of that can be anything. The 1 can be anywhere in here, but there can't be anything further right. 3. I mean, so. And the 1 could go to either one of those. Alright, hold on. That has to, because, like, the 3 can't reach out all the way over there. Like, that's not possible. So this has to be the 2, which again means that everything to the right of that should be empty. Okay, I don't think I can quite solve the rest of that. Do I have anything similar here? 3... I don't think so. You learn anything interesting here? This is 1 and 1, and then this has to be 2. So, like, that row is... that should be correct. I've already done all the 1s here, so this row's dead. 7 continuous, you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, row solved. Fair enough. That feels like that does some stuff here, right? Like, that's all well and good, but what does Diplo think? Alright, so if this is dead, then this 3 has... I mean, this is 3. Right? And then 1. And then space. And then we know that there's 2 there, so that has to be 4. And then space. And then 2 somewhere over here. And then this is filled. That's the 3, and that's... Yep. Still can't quite solve 13. Oh, this should be 2. So that's done. Okay, the first one here has to be 4 from the left, so that 4 has to go there, and then a 2 is hanging out somewhere over here. This is a common theme of that column. Oh, these are dead, right? Someday we'll solve this 4. Okay, I got a 1 here, and I need another 1, and there's literally only 1 space, so that row's done. This is 5, and then 2. We got 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool, no problems there yet. 2, and then 3, and then 2. So, if that's a 3, that has to go that way. And if this one is 4, and it's 4 across, then that should be true, and that should be blank. And I need 5 straight here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be that, and that should be that. Cool. Angel of Iron, welcome to the stream. I know it must be really confusing if you don't know what a nonogram is, but welcome, we're doing one. Thank you for the 35-month resub. Enjoy the celebratory cannons. Chat, hit at Angel of Iron with your favorite Vasco emote. I don't care what it is. All of you do it. I've apparently filled all the 1s in this row, which feels really important. So this should be 2. This should be 1. This has to be this side, right? Because it has to be continuous, because it's 13. This should be 6, 4, 2. I did it! It's a first aid kit. Ha, I got it! Yeah! I feel way more accomplished than I should. Let's actually do the plot, I guess. I guess we can't investigate, so we must question. Becky. Click show evidence to show evidence. Collected by scout suspects and prompt new revelations. That's how you read that sentence. Oh, God. Why can't I show her my tampon? So, this, to be clear, my brain really wanted to think of this as though I was presenting evidence in Phoenix Wright, but I don't think that's what I'm doing. I think I'm just showing her stuff to get a reaction out of it. It was a first aid kit, Neko, the big, like, what was it, 2x3 5 grids. That was a first aid kit. The victim had blood on. Just to be clear, those puzzles that we were doing just a moment ago, ending with the first aid kit, those are special scout memory puzzles, which I think allude to like an overarching plot instead of like actually solving our current mystery. Yeah, 15 by 10 is like a much more logical way of saying it, but in my brain it's like 3 grids by 2 grids. This is why I can't accomplish things. I'm gonna show her my tampon. What are you giving me that for? Oh my god, are you tracking my cycle? What kind of weird stalker are you, Honor? I'll show her this likeness of her. She'll like that. Oh great, even more crappy merchandise. Is that the outfit from the marching band episode? Nah, it's from the one with the big alien bug cult. Oh, I hated that episode. You know it took Casey 3 hours to get all that green gunk out of my hair? Oh god. Excuse me, Miss Cal... I couldn't help overhearing. I have to politely disagree. It wasn't just gunk. It was insect mucus, and it wasn't green, it was gray. I've seen it on VHS about 100 times. I don't care what color it was. That crap was in my hair. But those details are very important. Without a consistent world, the show would fall apart at the seams. Oh, please. It's all made up anyway. As long as I'm there, people keep watching. She knows she's terrible, right? Heading out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I think I kind of want to just get, like, the next lead in the case to see where we'll be going, and then we'll probably wrap up the stream. But, like, man, this has been a lot of fun. Yeah, I agree. Both John and Becky need to calm down. I don't really want to be in a room with either of them, but I do want to know where he got that shirt, because it's really good. But the fans value internal logic. You've got to construct a rich and consistent canon to build long-term viewership. What do canons have to do with anything? I can't believe you're so ignorant! This is exactly what caused the show to go downhill last season. You ought to be ashamed at what you've done. Downhill? Are you crazy? I've never looked better. This isn't about you! Now I know you're crazy. A distraction! We cause a distraction! We inadvertently cause a distraction! I didn't know human faces could display that shade of red. John really cares about the show, huh? I almost feel bad for Becky. Canon. Good use of emotes, I appreciate it. Almost. I think we have everything we need now, Honor. Are you ready to open the air vent? As ready as I'll ever be. You? I'm looking forward to exploring the ventilation system with you. You know I can't tell if you're joking or not. I don't know if I'm capable of joking, Honor, but I would like to learn how. Wait, before we climb in, any idea where this vent goes? I don't want to end up in the furnace. God, my roof. I could try mapping the internal topography with active radar. I don't have a clue what that means, but if you think it'll help, I'll solve another nonogram. Yeah, I'll solve this nonogram and then probably save, I think. So tricky. 1 and 8. That's a good one. I live in fear of the day when I try to do one of these, and I fill in all the spaces and it just doesn't go, and I'm like, oh no, I'm too stupid to play this game. So what I appear to be noticing here is that the largest group on the right for each of these bottom 4 rows should be 4 continuous, which also then makes the bottom 4 for the row between all the 1/8s. And then here's my overlap for these ones. Oh no, this actually just 5. For some reason my brain interpreted that as 6. but that's just 5. That's just 5. 3 and 1. Nope, can't do that yet. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 4. That works, right? Yeah. So this should be blank, and then there's a 1 somewhere over here. This should be blank. This should be blank. These are. Oh no, wait. 3 and blank and 1 works. 3 blank 1. Like that. That should all be fine. This can't be 3, so that's blank, which means that's the filled in one, which is 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which should have been obvious sooner. And then here we've got a 4, and then a 5. And so the 3 have to be continuous, so that's that, and these are blank. And this is that, meaning these have to be 3. This is filled in, so I can just fill... Wow, this... What an evocative image. So that looks like that's done, and that's done, and that's done, and that's not. It's Bitcoin! No, it's a ventilation map. That's on me. I definitely should have known that the final result was... Yeah, that was it. This game's a lot of fun. I do recommend it. I don't know if people want to like play it ahead of me or play along with me or what. I don't. Again, I'm really not sure what will be least frustrating to watch, but I think this is like a lot of fun, and I would like to keep streaming this.
Mapping complete. The vent leads to another room of a similar size to this.
Probably Blake's office. I didn't think I'd be heading back there so soon.
Should I look for another way out?
No, if I'm gonna find a way to prove I didn't kill him, his office is the best place to start. I will say, there is definitely a logic to that statement, but if the angry detective finds you in there, you're, like, tampering with a crime scene, and that's, like, kind of problematic. Just hope we don't run into Detective Cross when we get there. That looks pretty tight. You sure we're not gonna get stuck in there?
Don't worry, Otter. My sensors have already measured your body and...
You did what? You shouldn't... Gentlemen of chat, you shouldn't do that. Don't use your sensors that way, without consent.
I took approximate measurements of your body, compared it to the diameter of the ventilation shaft, and it's unlikely you'll become stuck. Did I do something bad?
It's alright, Arcadius. I think most women will forgive you if it's an honest mistake. Scout, you can't do that kind of thing without asking.
Sorry, Otter, I didn't realize.
How about you just delete those measurements and we'll pretend this never happened?
What measurements?
Hey, you can make jokes! Come on, let's get in the event before I start having second thoughts. Air vent is open, they climb inside. How do I save in this game? There's gotta be like a save, right? It's gotta be like a save, right? It just showed an autosave icon. So then, can I, how do I... Wait, this is a mildly serious problem. How do I, do I just close the whole program without... How do I... In a second. Murder by numbers. How to save and quit? Opening the menu while not in a puzzle. Upper right-hand corner. Click the marking there during visual novel parts. That doesn't work. I'm in a visual novel part, and that doesn't work. You closed the whole program. Appears to be the answer. I believe if I'm interpreting this correctly, I believe a game developer responded to this question on April 1st, granted, of 2020, but they basically said, like, we didn't figure out how to do it, we're working on it. So I think you literally just close the game and rely on the autosave to load you where you want to go. Yeah, I think I just have to do that. I mean, I don't think there's... I'll maybe poke around with this. Tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna close the whole window. I'm gonna close the whole window. Alright, it's gonna go black. Then I'm gonna wait a minute. And then I'm gonna open Murder by Numbers again, and we're gonna see what happens. I mean, it's gonna show the cutscene. But, like... is it gonna remember, or am I gonna have to play back to that point, or ditch this game because that's extremely heinous, like, user interface? See what I said? Like, the audio for this is, like, way quieter than the rest of them. The intro cutscene suggests that at some point we managed to become an actual detective based on whatever we do in this first case, which is pretty impressive. Alright, let's find out if we can load the game, huh? Okay, well, I don't know if it'll start us at the start of that scene or what, but... oh yeah, this is like another thing that I found. I was trying to see if I could re-trigger that opening cutscene by clicking credits, which was like a stupid idea, now that I'm saying it out loud. Earlier, like before we were streaming. And you can't actually like back out of anything that you do on the main menu ever at all. So like there's definitely some user interface issues with this game. The game itself has been really delightful so far. I'm really liking it. I'm gonna try and work around these issues unless something becomes like game breaking at some point. I will admit that's not good. The fact that you can't save most of the time and then you just have to like hard quit the game and hope that the autosave works, like that's not good. That's genuinely very bad. But I'm just gonna close it again. It looks like the save worked. Yeah, the game's been great. Aside from the user interface thing, my only like real complaint is that like the pacing of the story still feels a little weird. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm really happy to do nonogram puzzles, but like it feels like there might be a better way to control how often you do those puzzles so that like they break up the story and the story breaks them up a little bit. Oh, interesting. The Switch version may be an improved user interface experience. I mean, if it was ported like after the fact, that might be true. Maybe there's even some way for me to like download a patch or something. I mean, like that comment was from like 2020. Although, like I just like downloaded the game like 2 weeks ago? Like 2 weeks or less ago, and like this is the version I got. So, you know, that, whatever. Alright, I will chat some things. First, I'm gonna go retrieve the donuts. Neko wanted to see the donuts. It's unclear to me whether Neko can actually see anything, because I think she's watching on her phone or something. And has historically had issues. Look, I've returned. It's just like the emote. Look, it's just like the emote. I don't know. It's exciting to me. I probably paid too much money for these. Okay, I'll spoil that there's no Squirtle hiding behind this very small cat. But while I show off his cat, for those who showed up late, I do encourage all of you to take a moment to consider where a secret Squirtle might be hiding, because in case you're uninitiated or unaware, somewhere on the couch behind me, I've hidden a secret Squirtle. If you can see a Squirtle outright, that's not a secret. So under or behind or somehow otherwise cleverly concealed somewhere behind me is a Squirtle. And if you can locate that secret Squirtle, it is an omen of good luck in the week to come.
Oh my
God,
gosh.
there's so many Vasco treats. Oh my gosh. Hey, chat, real quick.
Giraffe.
Rate out of 10 how much you like oh my gosh and aw
Oh
darn.
my gosh.
I'm asking so many things of chat. It's very unreasonable of me, I know. I really like to see the sea of Vasco treats. That looks ridiculous.
Darn.
Oh my gosh.
Alright. Neko has a cheeky guess of something I've never done before, which is to hide something on the other side of me. That's an option. Behind Carlos Crab, couple guesses there. Under the Banana Man. 10,000 for oh my gosh, 5,000 for aw darn. I'm not sure that's how the scale works, but I accept those answers regardless. 8 out of 10 both. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, I just got distracted trying to like explain how Secret Squirtle works. So this is my donut cat.
Gosh.
I have a pink donut, and I got a cat, and that cat has a cat butthole. It's really important that it does. Well, it just has like a really cute face. I mean, it's just very cute and friendly. And then it goes inside the donut. It just goes inside the donut. So yeah, I mean, I encourage that. I guess by my new acquaintance, Carl. I love that at least one other person in chat like seems to understand how much I love this crab. It's a very good crab. I'm pretty sure that like 6 of Sarah's last 8 guesses were Carlos. Most weeks she guesses Carlos, and that's fair. Katie's guess is under Groot. Demolition says under the couch because he's just trying to not vote. You know what? I guess that there is a storied history of abstaining from voting on this channel, and so Demolition is just channeling that, abstaining from the vote. Let's see. So let's see. Banana Man. I mean, we're just gonna have to like tear up the couch, huh? Guess for like everywhere. Yeah, it's the Balex special, not to vote. It's gonna be him one day. It's been him before. Will it be him again today? It's true. Arcadius points out that if Tiger Zero from YouTube were here, he would definitely tell me that I'm horrible at hiding Squirtle. Although I think he'd probably phrase it more like, you have to give the people what they want and just show them a Squirtle. Either abstain or vote too much. We're like Republican teenagers. Oof. Oof. My organs. My squeedly spooch. Alright. Where even to start? What's, like, what actually is gonna... Alright, let's, okay. We'll start at the front here. Multiple guesses for Carlos Pratt. Hiding back there is Anime Eeyore. And even though no one guessed the new Eeyore, I'll reveal that behind him is Dr. Cinderagon, because I thought it would be cute to alternate a red thing with an Eeyore. I feel so clever. But also, just like, new friend. And since we're looking at everyone's beehole, he's got a realistic Eeyore tail. Which anytime I see an Eeyore plushie, I check for a realistic Eeyore tail. Not joking. So I guess under the Banana Man. Hide it back there because there's so much
darn.
space behind our Narwhal Queen is the entire giant brown bear, but not a Squirtle. Yeah, you stay there. Arcadius, I think, guessed Groot. Hiding behind Groot, this little anime Winnie the Pooh. Unfortunately, no Squirtle. Neko had guessed that there was a Squirtle over here, under this Squirtle, I think. But really, the only thing
Oh
going on
my
down here is
gosh.
we got a pile of dinosaurs. No Squirtle there. But let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Oh, darn.
So there's a lot of new things on the couch.
Darn.
Among them are
Oh, darn.
extremely small plush friends. There's a little set of sea creatures. Here's turtle. Here's octopus. You know what the best thing about this turtle is? This turtle was a secret in the little box he came in. It didn't say that there was a turtle. It said there's two mystery friends, and one of them was a turtle. So you know what that makes this? It's a secret turtle. Just think about that for a second. Arcadius says he gets behind Pusheen. Hiding behind Pusheen and under our classic friend, Baby Yoda. It's a little narwhal friend. But, as I think you may finally see, hiding behind that narwhal and under our red Power Ranger was the secret turtle. Secret Squirtle. But there's something I really need. There's something I really have to point. So that red Power Ranger was holding a little something. So here's this. This is Naomi. She's very big and lovely. This is also Naomi. She's very small. Just look at the it's like the size of big Naomi's eye is little Naomi. It's so good. It's just the cutest thing. Man. And to go with the little sea creature playset, my mom got me all these great things for Easter. If you're wondering why I suddenly have like 1,000 new things, my mom is very generous and she gave me a bunch of cool things. She found a little playset of little like sea creature hangouts. So you saw the little clamshell that the turtle was sitting in. Naomi lives in this little sand castle. This is just her home. She lives in the sand castle, and I love it. Just needs to cry. Yeah, it's just so good. This is so good. Yeah, that'll do it. I don't think anyone specifically guessed under the Power Ranger. I'm gonna go ahead and give Alcadius like half credit for guessing behind Pusheen because it's kind of in a line or whatever. But basically, I hope you enjoyed this showcase of all these great things I have. And I hope you enjoyed Murder by Numbers, which honestly, like, I was looking forward to this. That game was like a lot more fun than I actually expected it to be, despite the like really horrible user interface. Like, wow, it's kind of a problem, huh? I'll try to do some research and see if I can fix that. Yeah. Thanks to everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you're looking forward to more. I'm glad that people are enjoying the new sound drops. I'm getting a kick out of it. Oh my gosh, it's really been good. Yeah, the shirt's this is also new shirt. It's just all the Winnie the Pooh friends taking a nap together. It's great. It's good. I have so many good, cute things. A very large percentage of them provided by my mom. For some reason, is has always endorsed that and never tried to make me feel weird about being a guy who likes cute things. So that's good. It's good to have a mom who does that. Because not everyone does that. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. We'll be back next Friday with more AI The Somnium Files. Things are getting exciting. Look at all the voice clips we're getting. Next Saturday, I figure we will probably be back with more Murder by Numbers, unless again something super weird happens. Need to get past the dialogue. Well, but that's not how any other visual novel I've ever played goes. The point is you should be able to save at any point in a visual novel. That's ultimately the problem. I know I had seen a save menu earlier in the game, but it was only when you were, investigating. And, some of the dialogue sections are pretty long. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. Anyway, yes, I will enjoy the donuts. I hope everybody gets donuts, whether real or figurative, just meaning some nice treat. And I will see you back here next week. Maybe we'll encounter more things that are worth adding voice clips to. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I will see you soon.